how do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, what's the end goal? The end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society. They want a one-world government controlled by them. Everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
Welcome back, comrades. It's Friday night, and you know what that means tonight. It's Rise Above Pirate Radio Sessions. Oma Beats is in the studio. Let's get straight down to business. Run the track. Welcome everybody. It's Friday night. We're broadcasting all across the crater. This is Rise Above. Hang tight, Andy PG. Big shout to In the Guardians. Let us know how we're sounding. Get those flashy lights on, Omar.
Let me show you what the signal strength
Yo,
looks like.
I was told to change my ways, but now I learn to embrace to be an individual. You live criminal or invisible. Set pace, subliminal messages tell we comply. Consume, cooperate, never fight. Follow the rules, have a nice life. The flames of rebellion burn me inside. Pass the petrol, I'll ignite. More gas hit the pedal, we're leaving tonight. You rast it with metal when powers collide. Souls can't settle when we're facing a fight. Moving the shadows in attempts to evade. The all-seeing eye with the all-seeing gaze. A route to the gallows is easily made when your debt to the beast ain't easily paid. Yes, Omar. Hang tight, everybody tuned in. Let us know how we're sounding. What are the levels like? Omar Beats on the fader. And PG. Double LMC, we're here.
Let me show you what the signal strength looks like.
Yo, it's like Clash of the Titans, blood splash, fantasy violence, run from the harpy, the siren, the werewolf, the lycan, you high dash for the silence. The way that I build up a lyric is the same way a psychic summon up a spirit, spelling out words from the letters on the Ouija board, from the demons you're reaching for, evil thoughts from a greasy horde, speaking life from the other side. There's a mixtape move with a force, there's a few points to clarify, then want me to turn to the dark side and make a deal with the life force parasite. That's a burning appetite, observing the herd from a Death Star satellite. Yo, them are serving the serpent, further the birth our purpose is working, under the watchful guise of the all-seeing eye. Yo, agents are lurking. Omar. Come with that, Omar.
This one shows us the
Yo,
strong
bear witness to this phenomenon, a clear sickness as it's coming on, that's their business, so I carry on, beating my fist on the walls of Babylon, and it's vicious if you're a vagabond, in the British Isles it's not Avalon, the ambitious escape to the Amazon, life is malicious, climbing the echelon. We gotta break them chains, speak personal best, and make them gains. It's a hurtful mess, so abstain from eternal threats and a long campaign. Enough stress, so we're gonna maintain. Yeah, and I can't complain on a global flex, so we're gonna maintain. Oma Beats, yo. Inside the Leviathan, catch wind on the ice conspiring. Yo, sound of the firing, fuel to the flames of the furnace is firing, not expiring, expanding, inquiring to gain understanding. The fall from the top equals a crash landing. You got fooled by the devil's rebranding. Yeah, rise above, extinguish fear when we generate. We rise above and extinguish fear when we generate love. That's right, rise above, extinguish fear when we generate love. A single candle lights up the darkness, that is the power that we all harness. Holy shit, Oma Beats. It's Friday night, it's Rise Above. Big up Sabah Jassal, big up Ross Holt. Dangerous statements, Third degree burns and hospital patients. Far-reaching increased engagement. Fast-speaking procedure replacements. Unleashing a verbal wordplay. Leave them seething, gasping, barely breathing. Fasting, no more eating. No more 8-bar repeating. You can't greet me with season's greetings. Not when we've got preachers teaching kids Satan's teachings. Degrading heathens. Concrete beliefs with no reasons. False idols. Let me meet with a demon. Across our secular region. Imam, rabbi, pastor and deacon. From the studio to the stadium. Your basic levels, I'm raising them. I drop knowledge to expand the cranium. Free your mind, bro, I've never enslaving them. No games, I don't play with them. I make a sound boy sweat gymnasium. Under the radar, subterranean. Bars made hard like a forged titanium. From the booth to the bleachers, install the truth in the mouth of the teachers. Elevate the youth from Babylon's reaches. Yeah, the disfiguring features. Purge inconsiderate creatures. From the earth to the love increases urge. All the literate leaders learn my word, give birth through the speakers. Yes. Yeah, big up Lucidity, big up Team Robbo, big up Paul Fleming, everyone tuned in all across the crater realm. This is Rise Above, and I tell you one thing, yo, study the timeless hypothesis, fare better in the greatest apocalypse. Some pilgrimage to where a prophet lives, but a polymath place where the knowledge is. Same place where the demons and gods exist. Tread the path of a syncretist, since Master Lee taught me the synthesis. I feel powerful, I was made for this. Unallowable, hidden and infamous, unaccountable, wickedest impetus. They illuminate pyramids with reverse occult photosynthesis. Wave your banners of war, purse my lips and I'm hammering more. NPC's what you're stammering for when I grip on the mic like the hammer of Thor. Slap Hermes and grip the caduceus, burn his hand with the flames of Lucius. I'm the messenger now, eternal recurrence, nothing ain't new to us. We move in the shadows, we move in the shadows, in attempts to evade. We move in the shadows, we move in the shadows, move in the shadows. Big up Hardman, yes, Thomas Young. Wakey, wakey. Andy PD jump bars.
We'll be having a mix though.
Cohesion, together, resist their lesion. I never stop it while I'm still breathing. Forever hot on the topic, I'm steaming. Forever seen psychotically reading. Documenting their plotting and scheming. Their illogical teaching, leave me yearning for a topical preaching. Peeling back the layers of deception. Mirror traps, untrue directions. Peer through the cracks in perception. I say my prayers and face my reflection. Oh, my beats, man. Bradley Golden hangs like the Texas posse. Fuck a lateral flow. I come with a multi-dimensional lyrical blow. Straight to the dome. Any code for your weasel, let it be known. Rise above your parasite roars. You could come with a tank or a horse. You could drive with me at 33 miles per hour in Bill Gates' Porsche. You will get burnt and torched. Judgment Day, natural law. Lord Schwab and your global cause when I put your plans on a total pause. We remain tougher than leather. Do your worst, I'll be catalyzed better. Don't survive at the end of your tether. Thrive in the greatest apocalypse ever. I said, don't survive at the end of your tether. Don't survive at the end of your tether. Thrive in the greatest apocalypse ever. Big up Master Lee. Big up Helen. Inner Guardians. Yo, listen, I'm a lifelong student of the occult. Searching for verses locked in a vault. Yearning for scriptures buried in a tomb. Burning pictures in deep catacombs. Yo. It's Rise Above Pirate Radio. Big up Saba. I'm a lifelong student of the occult. Searching for verses locked in a vault. Yearning for scriptures buried in a tomb. And I'm burning pictures in deep catacombs. Learn the prophecy buried in dirt. That's why double L's heavy with words. Draw for the sword and I bury them first with the samurai tongue. Severing nerves, focus, intent, remember. Execute, manifesta. Fire's the system that we present it from. Inner guardians, inner protector. Inner guardians hidden within. Deeper than flesh, deeper than skin. The room goes quiet when the drop of a pin comes loud in your ear, bruv. Now we begin. Let me break it down to the first principle. Apply trivium, analytical, quadrivium, metaphysical, never horizontal or literal. We're ascending, not traversing, inner standing without rehearsing. Protect your soul from eternal thirsting. Why is that? Cause a brand new earth is emerging, while the evil energy surging. The demiurge is determined to drain your soul with guilt and burden. Cruel nursing, no reversing, a sack of moon fertilizer bursting. You've got to put the work in away from this message, MCs are shirking. Nowadays everybody wanna chat. Nowadays everybody wanna spit. Nowadays everybody bum wax. Nowadays everybody, yo, it's double L, you've heard of me. The flow's poisonous liquid mercury. Hear my voice when I curse this beat, I let it wash it up and then it's surgery. Guilty as charged, repeat offender. Revealing elitist agenda. Still at large, delete the data, success or defeat, no retreat or surrender. and I can't let go. A killer artist, Charlie Hebdo. A false flag with actors in tow. Blame Islam for the media show. 2 weeks later, Copenhagen couldn't be baited these global pagans. These traitors feed off people hating, so nothing's changing. Guilty of charge, repeat offence. Again, my arse is back on the bench. The prosecution speaks my offensive views and my form of defence, so hence, sort the wheat from the chaff. Covert conflicts, rearrange maps. Government funded hidden bloodbaths. Misinformation is way off the graph. Seek out multiple sources. Be beware of malevolent forces. They steer clear minds off courses. Hold your aura strong like a fortress. Operate in a lawless state. The internet's like an open gate. I gain knowledge at a raucous rate, then I disseminate with a flawless pace. Weapons of mass distraction. Fired by war in faction. Fearful thoughts gain traction. Step one in a chain reaction. Weapons of mass distraction. Fired by war in factions. Step one in the chain reaction, breaking down your human attraction. A war going on for our minds, for our attention, for our lives, and it keeps going on because we remain blind. The system is shoveling shit in our eyes. Consume this, watch that. Anything on the big screen that's flat. Distractions come in a many format, but your time is one thing you never claw back. Playing GTA, no, you're flushing your focus away. I'm cruising for a 3D illusion. Why do I need your game to play? This is real. Are you feeling me? It's all fights in the city, no liberty. Put down the Xbox controller. Let me bust my verbal soliloquy. Woo. Yeah, feeling good in the studio tonight. Rise above family. How you lot feeling? I oppose all covert forces. They can come with their tanks and horses, driving 33 of Bill Gates' Porsches. Rise above is a mental fortress. The most deep and the walls are enormous. You can't storm us, not climbing a pile of glorious corpses. Don't come with the eye of Horus. You still couldn't see our auras. We hunt rabbit way across the borders with the vertical rising forces. The third force installers. The fourth force installers control the miniature tour right inside the Taurus. Please, you can't stall us. Rise above. Rachel McCaskill, Bradley Golden, all the family. Shout to an eye for an eye. Hold on, ha! Hold on when I draw for the force. A Jedi, rebel, Star Wars, and then sling metaphors while fools just lay down foes in temprace drawers, spraying out flows in a lyrical war. Well, that's old quick draw McGraw. Fuck that, back to the force. It's the power that binds us together, of course. It's why the masses rave together in hordes, feed off the energy source. A crowd of people move to the music in sync. Emits an aura beyond what you think. The body is a vehicle, more than flesh. Just the first stage of the next step. Don't be afraid to pass the last test. Life is another part of death, and I'm done. I can't spill the rest. After this, it's a mad complex. Quantum mechanics and shaman flex. Physicists don't know where the spirit is. Scanning brains, running tests. No explanation from mainstream section or any religious sector. I'm never gonna lie, it's a big concept from the grave to the cradle. Willing and able, I won't conform to the norm of a label. Gotta be the genuine article, every single molecular particle. It's double L, you've heard of me. Yeah, it's double L, you've heard of him. Flame gorilla soundboy like Burger King. Listen, yo, revitalize more fresh than before, so blessed. Better reach for the call, no stress. Put a foot to the floor. Double L, come and settle the score, never acquiesce. We break from the source, unique with a natural force. So sleep, no time for a pause, but I bet there's time for a round of applause. Stop, freeze, pause. Throw up your hands if you're really down for the cause. Base, brace, jaws. Hit the floor, get down on all fours. We rewrite laws. Spit it out, stand back and wait for applause. Styles come forth. Take it in, let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear your thoughts, rise above family. Remember, the original metaphysical MC, I told you. Since 2012, I tried to tell you. I said, a poison dart, straight to the heart, mate. Now a soundboy never wanna partake. It's not a game, in no arcade. I shoot like a cupid, I'm causing them heartache. Yo, brothers, sisters, join the resistance. I said, brothers, sisters, join the resistance. Brothers, sisters, join the resistance. This is big, we need the assistance. Hard work and a lot of persistence to stop their plans, gonna end our existence. Listen, this is Rise Above. We wanna allow the reset? No, not in a million years. They've shed a million tears. I promoted a million fears. Yeah, my reptilian senses, my mammalian brain. I'm combating the Schwabian forces. I'm bringing them ultimate pain. Why? I'm an agent of the awakening. Transcendental 5D changeling. I chose to manifest now. Right now, 3D needs straightening. I remember my past life and 5,000 before it. I battled these demons 100 times, so I come on and settle this score tip.
Reebok black backpack with the goods in it. Big body flow on the road as if I should get it. Back and forth from Pepper to Tana to the hood, get it. I can spy your bitch and make a list on why I should hit it. Reebok black backpack with the goods in it. Big body flow.
We're still waiting for Magics to arrive as well, you know.
Back and forth from Pepper to Tana to the hood, get it. I can spy your bitch and make a list on why I should hit it. Like the hottest in town, party pill pop right now. Float like a goblin now, she gobble it down. Need some goggles right now. Pussy wet properly, drops in trouble your way. Since you got something to say, don't get punched in the face. We wide double age, double down on my shit. So now I double up pay. We up in this bitch, still back, but I had no whip. Yeah, I was so making a trip, never calling the quits. I just call up the click, them boys are all with the shit, still moving it low. She wanna ride in my cockpit, put it in cruise control for some peace of mind. She wanna get high, so I tell her go reach inside my.
Okay, listen. Ready for a new one? This is World War 33. Big up Spitter. This is World War 33. I said, this is World War 33. They crawl on hands and dirty knees. And again, this is World War 33. They crawl on hands with dirty knees, climbing dirty trees with more than 32 degrees. Tell Kissinger, tell Zabriskie, silent weapons ain't hurting me. My name is Double LMC, you can't make me a refugee. Release you from your earthly needs, spilling beans on dirty beats. Listen as the world proceeds. This is World War 33. No more pilgrim journey east. Survivors will have sturdy genes. Refusal of their dirty deeds. Victims screaming, mercy please. In asymmetrical warfare, we don't fire missiles land to air, and no projectiles air to land. Let me elucidate and expand. Silent weapons for quiet wars. Epic violence will silence yours. Invasive procedures, Brian Doors. Violating your bio clause. Schwabian tech permeates your pores. Severing soul straight from their source. Violating all natural laws. You're a fourth industrial whore, and the slaves in the forum. Social credit point scoring. That protein block from yesterday morning, it came with a carbon reduction warning. The carbon is you, fourth industrial biofuel. The moon is hungry, he's gotta eat too. We can't deny him of his gruel. That's food for the moon, I explain that literally on this tune. It's gotta be too much for the room, but they're gonna learn soon. This is World War 33, and I'm a general, double LMC. Salute and march with me. First we end them all, then we ascend. This is World War 33, and I'm a general, double LMC. Salute and march with me. First we, then we ascend. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, live in the booth with the truth. Thank you very much for the letter today, Eye for an eye. I will feature that on the next customer services. All about the interaction, Stuart Rogers, Richard Alves, man empowered, yes, yes. Everybody tuned in. Welcome to the Soviet Union, where human rights, you're losing them. Welcome to the Soviet Union, human rights, you're losing them. Young minds, we're abusing them, grooming them with that toxic pollution. Poisonous airborne aluminum, a precursor, transhumium. Our ethics attempt eugenics, it's all Schwabian and Malthusian. Problem, reaction, solution, no questions, no conclusions. Fourth industrial brain transfusion. I said since day one, let's do it. Yo, Omar, since day one we've been going in militant, not same, bruv, oh so different. Abstract sonnets, no equivalent. Omar beats, no equivalent. MCLL coming on militant. Yo, since day one, we rides above. Yo, this is more than 232s on the hook. You want lyrics? I write books. Where you heard double L overtook with a statement you can't overlook, and I write rhymes you can't unhear. Plot lines never unclear, and I tell them direct to your ear. I doubt the signs that guided us here, and these lies from lost puppeteers who cut through throats like Scots buccaneers. Call to arms, don't volunteer. Don't take orders from brigadier. From war and carnage they disappear. The march goes on till we disappear. It's my duty to interfere. Smash them system like chandelier. MCs chat about whips and cars. I write bars about pyramids on Mars. Other weird subjects hidden for years, locked in cars. Strap your protective mask, inform your collective that war will start. It's a harrowing task and I'm swimming in fears on a narrowing path. Offbeat, I'm swimming in fears and a narrowing path. You can't force feed no truth to us. Break it down to the nucleus. Oma on the buttons. Big up Sasha English. Big up Spitter, nobody knows. Yo. They turned up the pressure and the speed of unfolding agendas. Endless needs more meat for the blender. Away from your breathless dream unconsciously rendered. You surrendered all ways and means to fight and combat a killer vaccine from a war machine. No hesitation to bomb that. Any destination upon map. Lacks ability to bomb back. I never take up arms against my brother's soldiers. Tell me, are you on that? I write these dreams to push the extremes, and I'm tired of the blood flowing in streams and the fire in scuds with the luminous dreams and the clouds in the sky, not cumulus. I'm serious, far from humorous. Biopsy results are tumorous. The outlook is dubious. And the bad news starts since you exit the uterus. Do we really stand a chance? Well, that's a big question to ask. When you're stood on the edge of the precipice, you can't look back and reminisce. We will be getting Spitter back soon. Manic was supposed to be with us tonight, but sadly he couldn't make it. He apologises. Hang tight, all the Rise Above affiliates. Massive shout to Terror Slim. Big shout to JD. Can't wait to see Mark Devlin next week as well.
Gosh.
Mark Devlin live in the studio next week. Yeah, so just to let everyone know, next week is Mark Devlin and the week after that is JD Gorilla.
Gosh.
We're popping things off here at Rise Above each and every Friday night, 9 p.m. Live from HQ. Broadcasting from us straight to you. Straight to you. Listen up, ladies and gents. Listen up, ladies and gents. Stand up, get your ass off a bench. We're hitting up all types of events, clubs and raves and a big top tent and a big bashments. You know it makes sense. It costs money to get better safe pence. It's gonna be one thing or the other. No time left just to sit on the fence and it's big. That's how we rave, man. Yo, if you got no game plan, that's just how I go on, fam. It's double L, not my nature to harm, man. Electric shock. Shout out to Jim Eldred. I am going to be doing a t-shirt giveaway in the show tonight. Details of that will be coming up soon. Get on to t-shirts.
Don't call me local. I'm internationally blessed with my vocal. I tell you this. Don't call me
yes,
no
true.
local artist when I'm an ambassador in this reggae business. Don't call me local. I'm internationally blessed with my vocal.
Remember, t-shirts are available.
Don't call me no local artist. And this and this. And this and this. How can you disrespect the queen? It's a long time me there.
Sounds of Queen Omega. Original. This is Rise Above Pirate Radio Sessions, roughly once a month, Friday nights, 9 p.m. Big shout to all the family tuned in. Remember, the ladies' t-shirts are available in multiple colours right about now. www.riseabove.news/shop. Support the cause, support the glorious stream, comrades. Keep us going. Big shout to Oma Beats. little public service announcement on behalf of the Secretary of State, Joe, in Truro. There was supposed to be a global freedom rally tomorrow. That's the 19th of March in Truro. It has sadly been cancelled. If you are heading down to that, please don't. It has been cancelled. Check out the Facebook for details of upcoming events. How are we sounding? It's On The Beats, live in the studio. Double LMC, big up Andy PG. So once again, the Freedom March in Truro is cancelled tomorrow. Let anybody know that might be attending. Gosh. Thank you very much, Richard. We're sounding good, we're sounding good. Big up Earth Empress number 2. The second coming. Ring a ding ding, style me a bring. Live in HQ with the rise above ting ting. Oma Beats is mixing, MC Double L announce on the mic, me spitting tin. Yeah, once again, Joe is very sorry to anyone who's going to attend the Freedom Rally in Cornwall tomorrow. Big shout out to all the Truro crew. Big shout out to all the Cornwall, Devon crew. We are broadcasting to the crater. Out to all the pure blood organics. Out to anybody that's opposing the Soviet Union. Shout out to all our agents of the Third Force. Third Force Igniters. All my rabbit hunters. Remember, t-shirts are available. Pick up these schools. Shout out to Kobe at Dissident, Thomas Young, Nick Longsworth. Watch out for the team when them a create and night them. They can borrow them, copy and buy them a creep. So Nick Longsworth says there is a worldwide freedom demo at 12:30 at College Green, Bristol tomorrow. Maybe you want to head over to that if you can't make Truro. Watch yourself and trust the vibes, protect your energy from the motor parasite. Rise Above Pirate Radio Sessions live on your Friday night is Oma Beats. Alongside myself, Mr. Double LMC, as we are broadcasting out to each and every one of you, the family. Yeah, that's right, we rise above. We extinguish the fear when we generate the love. A single candle, bruv, yeah, with me lighting up the darkness. You know that is the power that each and every one of us harness. Wow. We're just having fun tonight, we're kicking back, we're enjoying the music. We are going to have a little chat coming up soon. We are going to have a metaphysical bomb dropping session for Master Lee at roughly 11 o'clock.
Well, it wouldn't be Friday night otherwise, would it?
It just wouldn't be without some Full Rabbit.
I'm breaking out of this negative energy. I'm moving on. I've had enough. Move myself from this negative energy.
Excellent.
Wicked sound over beats. Come with it, run straight through. bigger, bigger, badder, badder, better, 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 calm, bigger, bigger, badder, badder, bigger, better, better, bass and drum. Listen, listen, we coming bigger, badder, better. Listen, my selector, all my beats, ready, ready.
I'm breaking out of this negative energy. I'm moving on. I've had enough.
Yeah, this is the Oma Beats S Club 7 remix.
From this negative energy.
Shout out to Bob's your uncle, King 77703. Massive shout to Jacob at Ephram. And of course, Mr. Bradley Golden each and every time. Friday nights just wouldn't be the same without a little bit of musical rabbit.
Big up all the raw admins.
Shout out to Sam Carno.
Let's keep those naughty ladies out the chat tonight,
Yeah,
shall
let's
we?
keep all the sex bots out of the chat. No
Those
transgation sex
naughty,
bots.
naughty ladies.
It's time to straighten right out. Stop you running around, making problems uptown.
Yes, Thomas Young, we're taking it as it comes tonight. It's Friday night, come on. Big shout to Rise and Shine.
Message to you, Rudy. A message to you.
Oma Beats.
I'm giving you to the count of 5 to apologize to me publicly for calling me stupid.
That was perfect. Yo, double checking the measurement. Write that shit on testament. It's the Oma Beats. Come, yo, double checking the measurement. Write that shit on testament. Lace with untold relevance of my lyrical intelligence and new stage and new development. In the everlasting race, identify that fifth element. Its name is drum and bass. Check the pace, the tempo, never heard before. The flagship of our baby culture busting up the floor once more. What's more?
Gosh.
Shout out to Marky. Bassline and snare, bassline and snare, the style that's gonna take you there.
We dig a deep foundation.
Yo.
We dig a deep foundation. We dig it deep foundation. We dig a deep foundation, rock solid, built to last. Setting pace, never move too fast. Not afraid to experiment, trial and error. Perfecting a recipe, blending the flavors together. Creativity can't be rushed. Expired ideas getting left for dust.
Shout out to Kirsty C.
We serve it medium rare.
You make our night too, darling, don't worry.
Bassline, snare.
Oma Beats with the bassline and snare right there. Sounding crystal clear from the tip of my tongue, mate, directly to your ear.
We dig it deep. We dig a deep foundation. We digging deep. We dig a deep foundation.
Organic.
Cool and slick, that's the implementation. tools in the kit, that's the instrumentation. For your information, we ain't following guidelines. Spectators getting left on the sidelines, pathways intertwined. We build and design cohesion when these four minds combine. Record and normalize, compress and EQ. It's limitless what these four minds can do. We're digging deep.
Deeper than them, we're digging deep, deep. We're going deeper than them, we're going deep, deep, like 6 foot under. Time to bring the lightning and time to bring the thunder on the beat.
We dig a deep foundation. We dig it deep. We dig a deep foundation.
As above, so below. It's Oma Beats, he's digging yo a deep, deep hole. Ha! As above, so below. We're digging deep. Oma Beats is digging a deep, deep hole. Listen. Sounding kind of fresh and unique. Yo, nothing less than savage is the damage that we're causing. We get impacted tragic, but the crowd is still applauding. Nothing less than savage. 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 Shout to Lady Boom Shankar, Yakon, Cheech McDuck. Don't forget we've got these beautiful new ladies designs for Trans Geisha. Hand drawn by myself. It's a compost image. I nicked a few bits and pieces from elsewhere, but I hand drew it again. And we have got this in multiple colours. All t-shirts support the cause. All t-shirts are coded with sigil Aborigine magic. When you wear one of these t-shirts, you pump out that Aborigine sigil magic into the morphic field, comrades.
London City.
Drum and bass woman, drum and bass man. We don't dump for trouble, don't want fighting in the jam. Please don't kick with your foot, don't punch with your hand. Yeah, beware the shapeshifters. Beware the shapeshifters. Trans-dimensional entities manipulate your destinies. Big up Bruce Tansley. Big shout to Inner Guardians in the wings. We are going to be rounding up the week's Coviet news and some memes coming up very shortly. Who just said Chris Whitty has joined Azov Battalion? The comment section's on absolute fire, the live chat's on fire. Big up all you lot. Where is Lord Doodsworth? That's a very good question.
I'm in the dog and duck box obsession. We're slurring my speech is become an obsession. Iron out the creases, perfection is a parody. I'll be on the touchline, cheering on the anarchy. Console transmissions.
Whoa. Heavy bars, heavy beats. Don't forget to subscribe to Master Lee's channel, Inner Guardians. Sam Carno's put the link on the screen. If you want to go deeper with the metaphysical teachings. Big up Rakesh Chauhan. 9 bars, Ross Holt, Catherine O'Connell, I see ya. Everyone in the live chat, we see ya. It's Rise Above. Come down with it.
Console transmissions.
Tonight's all about vibing, all about connecting.
Console transmissions, psychedelic airwaves, whole scheme, hair brain, situation, pear shape, flee with the rats from the test tube wreckage, washed up to shore like a bottled up message.
Heavy, heavy, heavy. Oma beats each and every time. Only the baddest in the Rise Above stable. Haha, big up Dom and Chris, hangs out with the Sheep Farm family. We will be recording with Sheep Farm next week. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. MCLL, I'm coming live on the track. I'm Mr. Oma Beats, he's coming with the boom back. The big old school, like Shack Attack. Listen. When I was a kid, when I was a kid, I couldn't wait to grow up, and see what life would throw up. I couldn't wait to grow up, I couldn't wait to be big and see what life would throw up. Yo, but now I've grown up, I wish I was a kid again. I've been around the block, blood, I've seen the world is sickening. I feel like the Highlander, stood at the quickening. Is the flame still burning? Nah, it's barely flickering, so let's not blow it out. People speak but they don't know what they talk about, so now I'm feeling doubt. Fucking hell, Omar. Sounds like you just killed a transformer in the corner.
Aim and brakes flying all over the studio.
We're slaying demons
Omicron.
in the studio right here. Omicron 3000. Big up the Cobia Dissident, I see ya. I see ya. Second mouse. Yeah, we've all got big love for the sheep farm. Big love for sheep farm. Big up Dom and Chris. Yes, Gary Elliott, I like that. Banana-rama. Hold on, it's Rise Above on a Friday night. Hold on. What them talk about? Yo, standard, no misunderstanding. MC double L's here. I'm a seasider, rhythm a rider, buster one liner. Been again till I'm an old timer. Lyrical flow is tight like vagina. I'm a rhymer, I'm a creeper. Break the surface, turn it in deeper. Some are followers, some are a leader. Some are stronger, some are weaker. Some are pupils, some are a teacher. Stepping the road in my Nike sneaker. Right around, little pop that speaker, blowing up the Al Qaeda. Sound of all my beats. We're live inside the studio. The sound is so unique. Yo, it's Friday night. We're burning out the HQ. The smoke is bellowing out the window too. Holy shit. Hold it down, strap it down. Hold it down, strap it down. Big up the St. Albans crew. Where's all the UK massive, north, south, east and west? Let us know where you're tuned in from. Big up all the crew from Europe, USA, Texas, Australia, New Zealand. The live chat's absolute fire tonight. Big up Manchester, man them. Don't forget, we always have a pre-show hosted by EKOM, that's Esoteric Night of Malta. Just 7 to 9 on Friday night, the pre-show to Rise Above. You can chat with everyone there in the comment section. Big up Burnley, Lancashire, Derbyshire. Big up all the Northwest Massive. Yes, big up the Polish crew. Everyone in Eastern Europe, Central Europe, Southern Europe, Northern Europe. Shout out to Colchester, Manclandia, the United Kingdom of Phalangistan. Yes. All across the different states of the United Kingdom of the Soviet Union. We're broadcasting. Rise Above will always be free, but you can support us by buying a t-shirt. Don't you show my memes early, Andy PG. Big up for the Southampton man them. Shout out to Sabah. Ipswich crew, Devon crew. The mighty village of Meon Vale. Shout out to Ross Holt. Catherine O'Connell's moving to a tent near you. Coming to a tent near you, comrade. Remember, loads of new designs of t-shirts have just been loaded up to the website. www.riseabove.news/shop. We've got so many big plans to bring to you, but if you want to support us, buying merchandise is how you do it. We don't ask for donations. We want to sell you something that you want. Something that you like, something that you need. Something that will make your ears bleed. Oh, my beats.
Just so you're aware, guys, none of our merch will give you myocarditis.
No, none of this merch will give you myocarditis or pericarditis. No side effects from wearing Rise Above merchandise.
Apart from being sigilly magically orientated.
No NPCs and no normies were harmed in the production of these merchandises. Shout out to the London Massive, Dickie Blench. Don't worry, Marky boy, me too. Wow. All right, Omar. You said half an hour of music. Big up Maddie, big up Cam. Yo. Massive respect, Time of Beats.
Gosh.
That was our first little musical interlude. Only 10 minutes over.
Jesus. That was intense.
Don't talk through the jingle, you bellend.
That was intense.
I could have actually done another one then.
What? You could have played one more?
Yeah, because you didn't notice that I was halfway through a mix when you sat back down again.
Oh, right, I see. Okay, let's say his name 3 times. In the Guardians, in the Guardians, in the Guardians. Salutations, Master Lee.
Salutations, everybody.
Good evening, wise one.
Hello, Sensei.
One moment, I've just got to stop Mrs. In the Guardians. She's doing a Kazakh dance.
She's trying to feed a Ukrainian child to the attack dogs.
Stop. So welcome back, Master Lee. Good to have you back with us on a Friday night. Did you listen to the little musical interlude there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I was watching Mrs. In the Guardians dance.
Oh, she was busting out the Kazakh dance to drum and bass.
I'm pleased that she's dancing.
Yeah, we're pleased to hear she's dancing. Good to
Real syncretism.
Proper syncretism. All right, okay.
They were slow dancing down the off-grid dojo.
So, as everyone's clock tonight, it is, where's our screen gone? It is a Rise Above Pirate Radio session. So, on these evenings, like we kick back a little bit more. I try to run it a bit like a radio show with more music. But, obviously, we have got the regular business.
Should we do a T-shirt giveaway? Like you do on the radio, you get like a competition.
Well, we'll start talking about T-shirts. In the next music interval, we are going to give a T-shirt away. And the way we're going to do it is, we're going to pick a jingle right now.
Yeah.
And when we randomly play that jingle in the next set, the first person to email in at riseabove@gmail.com gets a T-shirt of their choice. How does that sound, everyone? Did everyone hear that in the live chat? In the next musical section, now we've got to pick the jingle. Here's the fun bit. So it's got to be a short one.
It can't be Gosh because we play that all the time.
Okay, it's going to be this one. This is the jingle that you've got. No, it's got to be this one.
You could never defeat me. I have the special skill of the liquid metal rabbit.
Right, in the next music set...
To fit that in a tune...
No, because it's going to be quiet. That's the whole thing. You've got to actually listen out for it. It's not going to be really obvious. I'm going to play that. I'm going to bust that. And we're not going to let everyone know on camera. We'll just press it. And when you hear that in the next musical set, the first person to email in gets a free T-shirt of their choice. There are loads of new T-shirts out, plenty of new designs, and especially the new ladies' designs. The geisha bunny and the trans geisha. They're both out in various different colours now. So ladies' cuts, If you want to get something from the missus, any of our female viewers that are watching, you've been asking for them. Here they are.
Oh, they want the vests though, Lance.
The vests are coming next. One thing at a time, Andy PG. A big shout to Tom at 528 Create, who's helping us with getting the t-shirts out and working on the new website and everything like that. So, okay.
When is Russell Brand coming on the show?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about that. Well, you know, not that it's probably going to be on the cards, but yeah, because he's staying in
yeah, he's over in
Swanage.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we can say that. Can't we?
Yeah,
we just said that, didn't we? Yeah. Apparently, he's staying in Swanage for his new show, 33, as he's playing in Bournemouth.
His 33 tour.
It's 33 tour.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see. But no, I don't think he would come on this show.
We don't want him in here.
I don't want him on the show.
We don't want him in our
anyway.
studio. Fucking hell.
I think I've already made up my mind about Russell Brand. Yeah, I don't need to do any investigative work.
I've got so much to say to Russell Brand. Please come on the show. I will let you speak a little bit.
Well, if Russell Brand watches Rise Above and he wants to come on the show and prove...
His handlers won't let him watch Rise Above.
I think you forgot to turn the flashing lights off again.
Oh, no, the flashing lights.
What a surprise to anyone that's watching. He's only got two jobs, playing music, turn the flashing lights on and off.
Come on.
So, this is... let's start as we mean to go on.
Sagehead's been busy this week.
This is the depiction of the YouTube...
This is one of his best.
...moderation group. And I'll just make
Honestly, I can since we added Sagehead to our...
This is the one I was on about.
Oh, this is your favourite one?
Since we added Sagehead to our personal Rise Above WhatsApp group, I can't
meme
keep up
level's
with it,
gone
honestly.
through the roof. Because he, not only does he obviously watch the show, now he sees what we talk about in the private chat as well. So this is a depiction of the Centre for Countering Digital Hate. And it's like one of Al Gore's employees. They've obviously been tasked with constantly watching our show.
It's YouTube. Ew.
It appears to be a Britney Spears fan group.
The Reframing for beginners. Reframing for beginners.
As far as Al Gore's concerned, maybe we are the UK's #1 Britney Spears appreciation group.
Yeah, maybe.
We talk about Britney Spears a lot. What can I say? So yeah, Sagehead killing it with this one. Virus Man comes back into the fold.
He slips one in every now and then.
Every now and then, Virus Man comes back, slips one in. When the last one of your conspiracy theories comes true, all the sixes. Number 666, the Great Reset. So it's conspiracy bingo here. You know, there's plenty of these memes around. It's like how many times can the conspiracy theorists be true? How many times can the tinfoil hats get it right?
Just on this point of the normies,
yep.
at 11 o'clock when we go in, I'm going to be talking about the normies.
Oh right.
It may get me not invited to every Great Awakening platform.
That's fine. You're always welcome here, Master Lee.
You get blacklisted from every other podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last part of the show from about 11 o'clock onwards for the last hour, because we're going to try and finish at midnight tonight, because everyone's got creator obligations. We are going to go deep.
Creator obligations.
Yeah. That's something that's come from the live chat.
That's
People
brilliant.
In the live chat. That's a Rise Above.
I've got to take some family members to Gatwick Airport in the morning very early. So yeah, that's my creator obligations.
I've got a weekend I've got 2 shows, 2 auctions, so I've got to make some creator credits.
Creator credits.
I've got to fulfil some creator obligations. Make some crypto shekels to keep myself going.
Will they be exchangeable into ruples, just in case?
Yeah, I've got a card reader. I only accept ruples.
Do you know what? This week I got thrown out of an international martial art federation because I haven't. Because I haven't spoken out against Russia publicly.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Like you were expected to?
Even though your wife is like Russian, you'll have to speak. That's how.
Well,
to
actually,
be fair, I thought you'd have been
all of Russia have been
thrown
kicked out as well
for not being outspoken about the old stabby jabs. You know, being pro Divok.
No, this is the 2.0, isn't it? But the whole of Russia have been thrown out as well.
So it was funny. I was speaking to a friend of mine who runs a record label, and all of his Russian artists on the label have had to take a absence from his label, and that's not his choice.
What the fuck is going on?
And all the promoters I know who have got bookings for Russian artists and no longer have them.
Not even Germans in World War II were persecuted this bad.
Is crazy.
No. Like you could probably be a German in England, so I'd be all right.
And all the while this week, I've seen videos of Ukrainian women going to get their nails done in salons and stuff like that. So I mean, the whole country can't be completely under siege.
I see this as serious persecution of Russian individuals who are nothing to do with like the war as such, you know.
I mean, I feel sorry for Ukraine if you can, if it's under siege that much that people can still go and get their nails done. Can't be that bad, can it?
Well, I'm curious to see 2023 maps or Google Maps.
Oh, yeah. Do you think
if they've deleted Russia?
Yeah, right.
Just a black void.
Oh God, think about it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There, right there.
And the Guardian's got cancelled. Gary Elliott, yes, he did.
I'm kind of used to it.
Sir.
Got cancelled from something in martial arts. That's what a piss take. Right.
Bet they wouldn't step in the ring with him though.
Yeah. Trial by combat. No, thank you.
Well, I kind of figured it was a tactic to get rid of some of the best fighters in the federation, because a lot of them come from Russia. Russia tend to win the world championships quite a lot.
Interesting.
Well, I always thought that they've been persecuted in the Olympics for a long time. It's like they didn't want Russia to be able to actually compete as Russia.
Right.
For the last couple of Olympics, the Russian athletes have had to basically compete independently under a grey flag.
Have they?
Yeah, because of drugging apparently.
Oh God.
No, I'm not saying that the Russian athletes weren't being drugged. I don't know, but hey. So
I'm sure they like a blunt as much as the next guy.
I don't think it's blunts. I think it's more like sort of like experimental steroids and stuff. This is what was being accused. Who knows? So we've got some.
Can't be any worse than experimental gene therapy.
No. These experimental drugs were designed to enhance your abilities, not to
destroy your immune system,
but make you disabled, basically.
Well, I think they're going to have a new sport in the next Olympics, which will be something like a heart rate. Who's actually got a pulse? Who can maintain it for longer than a minute?
Who can get the highest heart rate without passing out? This is some from Exolean. He comes up every now and then with this sort of like conceptual caveat. For me, he says this. He just calls this metaverse. I think this is like a metaverse conference, like where you go.
No. This is the metaverse airport.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
the Metaport.
The Metaport.
Yeah. So if you notice that, like the little colourful kids on the left-hand side, I'll make it full screen. They're in front of like the Rise Above poster, and then you've got all these like
the black and white synthetic, normie.
Get your one-way ticket here.
Yeah, your one-way ticket to the dark infinity.
Look at that! Meet the new Jimmy. You've got a half and half Boris and Lord Sausage Fingers.
Have you seen all that stuff with Elon Musk? Because he speaks very badly of artificial intelligence, but he's like the one. He's the main protagonist of it.
What you posted? Have we got that? We won't spoil that if we've got that. Are we featuring that?
He's outspoken.
No, so yeah, that was. I found that very disturbing. Do you want to basically just lay out what he said, Master Lee?
Well, I mean, he's said lots of things about it, but basically, it's like an eternal hell.
I think I've got.
Well, yeah. I mean, one of the other things he said about AI is that there'll be a time when they'll take over and we can't stop them.
He basically said if you have a really bad dictator, that's fine, but a real bad dictator dies. Imagine an evil dictator that lives forever.
Yeah. There's no taking
like
it down.
An infinite dictator. So
there's no need for the transgenerational passing of the dark occult knowledge from dark occultists to their children to carry on the great work. It would just be one synthetic AI overlord.
Guess what? That's a lot of work.
Yes, a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, like a 1,000-year transgenerational metaphysical conspiracy spanning the whole realm.
So
yeah? That's a lot of work.
Just occurred to me that maybe the dark occultists are actually dropping themselves in the shit here because they're going to end up losing the power because they're going to be in the same boat as everyone else.
Well, there's a lot of ifs.
A lot of ifs, guys.
A lot of ifs.
Bit iffy.
If the AI isn't already in charge of things.
We got Jimmy there. I've missed you, children.
I've missed you, children.
Chris Chris.
Yeah, so this is Exolean doesn't pump a lot out, but when it's good. There's a lot going on here. I like to see the blue and yellow sky, the blue and yellow matrix sky behind.
Yeah, with a slight touch of magenta on the top left.
Yeah, deep. Now this is what I call Demons 33. This is from Sagehead. Who have we got on there? Got Ed Sheeran. Ooh, why is that? We'll be talking about him in a minute.
Yeah. Travis Scott there.
Travis Scott
in front of his flames.
Foo Fighters.
Is that bottom left-hand corner? I can't quite
the
see.
Pfizer Chiefs.
Oh, the
Is
Pfizer
that-
Chiefs.
Is that a combo of Michael Jackson and Chris Whitty?
No, it's Al Gore.
It's Al Gore. That's Al Gore.
It was like blood on the dance floor because of Al
nice,
Gore's like dirty rhythm.
Yeah.
Is that Bon Jovi on the left? No,
That
not Bon Jovi. It's fucking guy out of like Guns N' Roses.
Axl Rose.
No, it's not Axl Rose. No, the guy. I don't know. It's some old rock star.
It looks like Bon Jovi to me.
Tom Jones. Okay, so yeah, this is what it's Mick. That's it, Mick Jagger. Oh, sorry.
Is Bono not on there?
From the Stones?
No, Bono's not on there, but I believe. Funny you should say that in the audience. Look at that. What a coincidence. So, happy St. Patrick's Day. Love Bono or Bono, and the UN. The original demon. Is that Ronald McDonald in the back holding the Guinness? Oh my God.
He's looking unhappy.
Sagehead strikes again.
Are we going to be doing something on clowns in the near future?
We should do, shouldn't we?
Don't we every week?
What, just post some footage of normies queuing up for the euthanasia injection?
Did you not watch those videos that I posted? I think they came from Dom of Sheep Farm about the link between like Nephilim, jinn, and clowns.
Yeah.
And the whole clown.
The short videos.
No, yeah, the 20-minute ones. Yeah. Well, there's quite a lot to do with that, and then as soon as I posted it in the group, everyone else was posting like the usual suspects dressed as clowns.
The jinn jesters.
Yeah.
No, there's something in that.
Yeah, there's definitely something in it. Well, it came about because I think the conversation started because of the interdimensional entity thing where people have been smoking spirit molecule or doing mushrooms, and they'd seen these entities that were like jesters which were covered with like checkerboard patterns. And then this guy that's showing the videos of people on, like the glitches, the reptilian glitches in the old movies.
Yeah.
Well, there's this one reptilian glitch, but it's not reptilian. Someone's talking about summoning a demon. Then all of a sudden, it looks like a white and black pattern on like a sea mantis, like there's like shrimps that can change colours. Well, something like that.
Iridescent.
Mate, it looks. It sent shivers down me when I watched it, right? Because I've seen these entities myself.
I've never been that far down the. I've never smoked the spirit molecule, but I'm quite adverse to.
So I know this is a thing, and then to see it appear on a camera, I was like, whoa. We'll have to cover that definitely. So people are going, what the hell are you talking about?
How does that work then? Does the camera have to be in the?
Well, obviously the camera captures it, but it's not captured in real life because if someone started covering themselves with this like praying mantis pattern.
Interesting.
Well, cameras pick up things that the eye doesn't see. You can do lots of small experiments, even with
spectrums. Yeah.
If you use your remote control and film it, you can see it. So there's lots of little experiments that you can actually play around with.
Get too deep at this stage in the Rise Above show.
We'll save that for later. So, where is Chris Whitty? This has been a common theme. Not just us going on about it.
Guys, help find him. He's out. He's lost.
Well, Sagehead has made
got a missing Satanist.
A missing Satanist poster here. Can you help? Can you help rehome an unwanted globalist pest? Name Chris. Breed lizard X unknown. Neutered since birth. Child friendly. Definitely not.
Didn't we have this last week?
Did we?
No, we didn't. No. This was in our.
I was just saying in the chat, right? Okay,
yeah, it's in the chat.
Mate, you can't blame Homer Beach. There's so much going on in our chat now. Sagehead's in there.
So much going on in general.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because now Sagehead's in the group, you guys see the memes.
Yeah, we see. Yeah.
Because obviously I don't always show you the memes first. I save them up for a Friday.
Well, when I get around here before the show, Lance sometimes like flicks through it, and I was like, no, I don't want to see him. I like to see them get the true reaction live on air.
That's the best bit. So I don't know if anyone's noticed, anyone that follows me on Facebook, with the help of Commander Sagehead, I have been pumping out these sort of like Soviet Union safety posters.
This emblem, not the text so much. But I mean, we could put the text on, but the emblem, I think that deserves a T-shirt.
Yeah, there's going to be a red. The T-shirt will only come in red
with the Soviet Union, with the 3 is the E and the line through the O's in proper Soviet Union chat.
Yeah. So our biolabs are for your safety, and displaying a Ukrainian flag is now mandatory PPE.
It keeps you safe, don't you know?
With love from the Soviet Union. So yeah, let us know if you would wear this on a T-shirt, not like with the black bit, just the red and the Soviet Union symbol, because that's a provocative T-shirt. It takes a brave
I'd
Warrior
rock
to-
that all day long.
Yeah, me too. I get a hoodie as well. But yeah, let us know because I think I might put this on a t-shirt next.
You could put it on a red t-shirt and just have the middle bit there.
What we need alternate. We need a reject the Soviet Union in a t-shirt, hoodie, and cap, and then we need this in a t-shirt, hoodie, and cap. Then you can combine the two.
Yeah, I'd like it.
You can rock the hat with the with one logo and the t-shirt on the torso with the other.
Yeah, but I think Sagehead's really
really hammer it into the population.
So DJ sets by Oma Beat are strictly prohibited by order of the Soviet Union, and those that report global violations will be rewarded with a Starbucks voucher, courtesy of the Soviet Union. So yeah, thank you to Commander Sagehead for letting us for keeping us safe.
Where is Commander Sagehead located? Should we get him in the studio?
I think I do want to get him to come down to the studio to talk about horticulture and plants because he's a master gardener.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about foraging maybe and some plants that we can eat when the supermarkets have been burnt down. Oh, I've just seen like here. Look at the little cameras coming down off the end
you
of the
got
laurel.
the AI eyes.
Yeah, it's very good indeed.
Soros.
I decide the flavour of the month: Soros ice cream.
Take a lick of that, normies.
So the flavour of this month
Ukrainian flavour.
is Ukrainian yellow and blue Mr. Whippy ice cream. Soviet 1999ers, they've sold out. Soviet 99.
Vanilla and blueberry.
Yeah, vanilla and blueberry Mr. Whippy. So yeah, this is a real canon piece of work from
Yellow and
Commander
blue,
Sagehead.
isn't that just a chemtrail in the blue sky?
Pretty much. Right. This has been brought to my attention. This story here by Terra Slim actually, because he started talking about Ed Sheeran and burying people under his patio or something. Because Ed Sheeran was like digging a big thing in his garden, they're making a big hoo-ha about it, and Terra Slim's like, why are they making a story about this? What is this demon up to? Who is he burying under the patio, right? And I just sort of thought about Ed Sheeran, right? Okay, on the face fit, pretty innocuous, sort of like ginger kid,
Little ginger fuck.
yeah, but he's very, very famous, very, very rich now. He's been up there with all these people. But what I've noticed recently is that he's sort of become like the angel of death.
Right.
He's had these people around him die, and well, the first guy that died was what's his name? Oh, this guy here. It was his manager. I haven't got the name because this is a post by Shane Warne. But basically, Shane Warne, who died the other week, mates with Ed Sheeran, and Ed Sheeran's manager, they're all mates. Ed Sheeran's manager died late last year. Oh no, sorry, 1 year ago, March 2nd. Shane Warne posts, 1 year ago today, we lost this great man, which is Ed Sheeran's manager. We miss you every day, MG. It's called Michael Gillespie or something like that. Gillespie. Okay.
Gatsby.
Now, obviously, Shane Warne died of apparent coincidence.
Shane War.
Oh, sorry, Warne. I said Ward, didn't I?
No. I'm saying war. Emphasis on the war.
Oh,
the
right,
W-A-R. The war.
I see. Right. Okay. Shane Warne died of apparent coincidence. And Ed Sheeran posted this. The world keeps taking incredible people away. I spoke to Shane on the anniversary of Michael's passing.
Michael.
Right. So Shane Warne posts here that this Michael guy passed. He speaks to Ed Sheeran. Then this guy dies. And now Ed Sheeran's posting. It could be a massive coincidence.
Oh, come on. How many?
But here's the weird thing, right? The paper here, which it looks to me like the Mail, Daily Mail Australia, that's right. Ed Sheeran speaks out about his eerie last phone call with Shane Warne. The world keeps taking incredible people that have been Britney'd. Now, if they've taken it, because this Teddy Photos, this is...
Who said that? Did Shane Warne or Edge say that?
No, this is what Daily Mail Australia have said.
Yeah, but they're quoting someone there, aren't
well, this thing here in the middle is Ed Sheeran's Instagram, right?
Teddy's photos. That's Sheeran, is it?
That's Sheeran's Instagram. So he said here these words. The world keeps taking incredible people away. Unless they're quoting something different, they've added in the word Britney, and it just strikes me as weird.
Yeah.
I mean, am I the only person?
No. Is it that they've added that extra bit?
Well, they've added that, but it seems like Ed Sheeran is like being painted as a person that people around him keep dying of coinciditis, and he doesn't know what to do about it. I don't know if I'm even wording this right, but it just strikes me as weird.
Has he been promoting the stabby jabs?
I don't know, but I thought I'd look into Ed Sheeran a little bit more, and I looked for literally 2 minutes, right? Oh, where's it gone?
Steady.
Oh, wait a minute, I need to find my other Ed Sheeran slide. Hold on.
Sorry, guys, we're out.
Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
God. Out of sync. So, very quickly...
We've got Barl and Belinda Gates.
Ed Sheeran is part of the Gates Foundation Goalkeepers 2018. Okay. Then if I look over here, this is from The Guardian. Can Beyonce, Ed Sheeran and Coldplay make the global goals famous? So this is for the UN Agenda 2030 Sustainable Goals. Ed Sheeran is on that with Beyonce. And who's writing about it down here? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Barl and Belinda Gates.
So, and then I just looked a little bit more into Ed Sheeran. He's obviously got this weird thing going on with Elton John, who I would say is a really high-level Satanist, in my opinion. And here on the right, Ed Sheeran actually said Elton John is always asking him to sit on his face. Weird.
Right, Ed Sheeran also. I think it was James Corden's show. Right, he did an interview with I thought it was James Corden. It might be wrong. Some people, but he sang "Shape of You," but he changed. I'm sure he changed some of the lyrics to be pro Britney.
Oh well, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
I think it was James Corden's show. I mean, it'd be good to find that maybe, but
Well, no, James Corden sang a whole pro Britney song. It was disgusting.
I know he did.
Yeah, so definitely looks to me like Mr. Sheeran is got himself caught up in the ritual here, even more than he would be just by default being a famous person, you know.
Well,
He's a priest in the making.
Didn't Ed Sheeran Didn't he get the illness? Didn't he get ill from it?
I'm not sure. I would have assumed most of them.
I vaguely remember something. It was quite a big thing. I think someone.
Oh, he was quite ill, was he?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm having vague recollections. It's over a year ago this happened now, isn't it? So.
But you know about this initiation process in the music industry. That
I've heard about
people around you have to die.
Yeah.
You know about that.
The sacrifice of loved ones and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually heard next week's guest talk about that a little bit on some of his shows.
Mark Devlin.
Yeah, he's spoken a bit about sacrifice of sort of like self and things you have around you, whether it's possessions or people, or friendship groups, whatever, to prove you're committed to the future of your pathway, I suppose.
Well, I've heard about the whole firstborn being given up as the current thing.
There's that rumour of Will Smith and his firstborn, isn't there?
It's all a conspiracy theory.
Well, this is what I heard.
Tinfoil hat. Fucking tinfoil hat.
Got a fucking tinfoil suit me, mate.
I wear an Orgonite EMF blocking hat, not tinfoil. So, Virus Man here. Lord Schwab says to Zelensky, I prefer it when you play with your penis, Volodymyr. For anyone that doesn't know what he's talking about, old Volodymyr Zelensky has been on TV playing the piano with his penis on more than one occasion. It's basically the thing that he's famous for.
I haven't had the minerals to actually go online and look for that video.
I've watched one, and he's doing it for 5 minutes, playing the same 3-chord tune with his dick.
How is that even possible? I don't actually want to know, but how is that even possible?
Well, whether he's really doing it, but they're like that with their trousers down. You obviously don't see it. Whether there's something else that's playing the piano, I don't know. But it's not like he's playing a real tune. Either way,
just plonky plonk, you know. That's what
it's just plonkety plonk. Well, skinny too, plonkety plonk. Okay, so let's have a bit of World War 33. On the right-hand side is something that I commissioned myself. I thought, what's a really good virtue signaler badge? I stand with ancient Khazaria.
Yeah.
Why not? And lo and behold, some of the most powerful ancient Khazarians on the planet today, the Rothschild family. I'm not convinced this is real because the Rothschild family.
I saw this earlier and screenshot it and sent it over.
Should have a blue tick next to it, but it wouldn't surprise me. Why wouldn't they make the mansion yellow and blue?
Yeah. One of the mansions.
One of their mansions, because at the end of the day, it's their homeland. So, what can you do?
Reddit Battalion at your command, sir. Virusman 2021 comes in again, standing with Ukraine. Lovely bit of memeage there. And on the right here, we've got Volodymyr Zelensky washing money while he's getting a text message from Brandon saying, "You're doing great, kid." Brandon, a.k.a. Joe Biden.
A.k.a. Hunter Biden's father. In case you're wondering, he got in a lot of shit, didn't he? But laundering money through Ukraine and all sorts.
Yeah, well, I often feel like all of that stuff that was going on 2 years ago, wasn't that sort of like homework for what's happening now? Wasn't that like...
laying the ground, yeah.
Wasn't that probably quite important information to know about all those dirty doings and everything that's going on in Ukraine with reference to what's happening now?
Also with Trump.
And the fact it's one of the human trafficking centres of the world.
Yeah. I think you can't talk about that because that's curious.
Oh, beg your pardon, I might offend someone.
Right. So here's a story. I said a couple of weeks ago, when the World War 33 started, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Soviet Union's been killed by Putin." I said, "Yeah, but don't think that a digital immunity passport is just for immunity. A digital passport can be for refugees. It can be for rationed food in war times." Okay, so lo and behold, the story started coming out today. A lot of different people reporting it. A social credit score in Ukraine. Ukraine just silently announced it's the first country to implement the WEF Great Reset by setting up a social credit application combining universal basic income and digital identity and a Britney passport.
All combined, slapped into one. How convenient from the World Economic Forum's head book, the Great Reset. Yeah.
What better way to get people onto UBI would be to take a prosperous Western country and then have a war.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously on the left here, we've got an amazing meme by Auntie Koviet. Follow the yellow-blue road. Follow, but don't follow
Global
the yellow.
Agenda 2030.
Don't follow the yellow and blue road. It goes all the way to Lord Schwab's Emerald City, which is UN Agenda 2030. You don't want to go there. Do not want to go there.
Just on the subject of this digital identity and basic income.
Yes.
You know what the mechanism is for the bringing in of communism, and that's basically what we're facing. But you know what their MO usually is? Starvation.
Well,
historically,
that's the same. One of the same tactics they've always used. If you control the food chain and the energy supply, as in like fuel, electricity, gas, that kind of thing. Like what
so
are the main essential things human beings need or think they need.
Yeah. So there's a lot of talk about these sanctions that are coming in. They have a knock-on effect and side effect and consequence, and basically we're kind of being slowly led into starvation, which has been talked about for the last few years, but people kind of couldn't figure out how they would actually make it manifest. But potentially in 12 months' time, we could be looking at a completely different situation.
Yeah.
With regards to compliance and consenting to various things. People tend to change their mind when they're hungry.
We haven't heard much out of Israel, have we, recently? But they were the first country to have, no surprise, they were the first country to implement the part of the Britney Spears concert ticket subscription pass to enter a supermarket, weren't they? So you can't actually buy any food.
Yeah, the green pass.
Yeah, the green pass. You can't actually enter a supermarket without having the 3-dot finish.
I don't think it prospered though.
No, I'm not. No, that's what I mean. We haven't heard. I don't think we've heard much.
Yeah, I don't know if it went well.
Because we saw footage. We saw footage of like the entrance to the supermarkets with the shit set up and like the security guards checking everyone's thing, that them scanning it's going. But that's about it. It went quiet then.
My biggest concern would be about the fuel, because that's the quickest way to make the shelves empty in the supermarkets.
Yeah, because if you can't, don't forget, here in the UK, we import a shitload of our stock, whether it's clothing, food, literally everything. A lot of it's imported. Hardly anything's made here anymore.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't realise is that the UK is one of the least sustainable countries in the world.
Yep.
You're looking at around about
Small land
64
mass, huge population.
64 hours, and then there's no food on the shelves.
Yeah. Think
So,
about it's not just food, it's sanitation products, medication, things like that. If you're diabetic, you can't get your insulin. So there's all of it.
Yeah. So props to all those who are investing time and energy into growing their own food. I know JD is JD on the week after next.
Yes.
Yeah. So be good to get some inspiration,
Yeah, he's
ideas.
going to be telling us all about what he's been up to.
I've seen him on social media setting up big polytunnels and everything for going around for people.
Yeah, they're really doing it.
Yeah.
Him and Terra. Hats off to them.
Well, the thing is, people might not see the relevance, or they might just see it's a massive inconvenience to sort of go down that path. But I mean, I've been talking about it for years with regards, all preppers and all people that are into being prepared and preparedness. They've always spoken about the food crisis that it will come at some point.
Tinned food, guys. Yeah, that'd be my advice. Oh, obviously, try and grow your own, but if you can't, tinned food. It's got a huge, long shelf life, and some of it can be tasty. Tinned food.
Yeah.
Stock up on tinned food.
Well, you want your stable food like pasta, rice, grain, and then obviously you can't just eat that. So you just make it taste a bit better by having tinned food to go with it.
Yeah.
Even tinned soup. If you mix that with rice and pasta. But I think everybody should be.
Choosers.
Tin food, certain tin food can last for like 10,
Yeah,
20, 30 years.
And dried food as well, like dried food, like spices and stuff like that. Paprika, that's just dried pepper, so you're still getting the nutrition of.
The key to it though,
just not in the same form.
The key to it is being able to cycle it so that you kind of use some of the stock and then just replenish it as you go along.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So, I mean, I recommend for everybody to look for 3 days, 3 months, 6 months, 3 years. I mean, of course, not everybody's going to be able to do 3 years, but at least do 3 days if you can't. And then once you've got to 3 days, then you can start looking at potentially going to 3 months in terms of stock and figuring out how to do it. If you try and go for like 3 years right from the off, you'll just be put off because it's
there's videos on YouTube and stuff like this about how to prep for for the end of society kind of thing. But this has been way before Divok. There's loads of survival people out there who talk, ex-military, ex-order followers, people like that.
Well, people tend to poo-poo it because they say you're kind of living in fear. Well, I generally don't see it that way. I mean, I'm into personal protection and stuff. For me, when you're prepared, then you don't have to fear. The same with the fuel thing. I always go on at people about not allowing their fuel tanks to go below a certain amount. Definitely not half. I try to maintain mine at 3/4 full and above. And that's not because I'm fearful. It's just, to me, it's being prepared. And I can drive around. And then when there is a temporary fuel crisis like we had last week, I'm not affected by it.
Yeah, because there was like a little mini fuel crisis last week, wasn't there, for a couple of days?
Yeah.
Well, it's because the prices soared, didn't they? And notice they're still up, but they've gone down a little bit. Well, at least where we are, anyway.
Yeah, they'll just stay here now.
And
this would be the new normal.
But they went. I think they went a bit too high. I think they were like, oh shit, yeah, we've pissed too many people off. We better bring them down a little bit. They have taken them down a little bit. They're still up in general, but they did take a little bit off the top.
The thing that we really need to be aware of is the amount of money that has been spent over the last 2 years with the Divok nonsense. I think in America it's something like 3.3 trillion money was used for that. Yeah, they're going to expect it to be paid back by us in one way or another, and all the things that we're seeing take place right now will just be an excuse in order to claw that back, or to cover up that they actually spent that, or wasted it, or give it to their mates.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually all of the above.
Plus, let's not forget the Black Ops budget. They need to keep topping that up.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for
fake alien
scapegoats.
invasion when they use that car. That's going to cost a bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're always looking for scapegoats for their own incompetence and nepotism and basically fraud and theft. And I mean, they're definitely using this whole Russia-Ukraine situation. Kind of just, anything that goes wrong in the world now, just blame Putin.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look at this mockery here. Support Ukraine. A sign at a bus stop. So what was I said? All of the people that have had to sell their car because they can't afford fuel anymore, they can go to the bus stop and see here that support Ukraine. Right in your face. Support Ukraine. Stop Putin. Stop Putin.
Nice bit of mockery there.
Yeah, he'll get your car back. Yeah, right in your face. Okay, so these are the 3 stories that I extracted from the week. It's a bit lazy this week. I just took it off my Facebook. So on the whole economic tip, what we're sort of talking about here, I'll go from right to left. I said this is what the Great Reset looks like in the flesh, just in case you haven't been paying attention. And this post says that Russia Bank turns to China Union Pay after Visa, MasterCard and PayPal suspend operations in Russia. India joins in too, creating a 3 billion person non-dollar trading bloc. The dollar is America's biggest export. This war may upend it. The decision to push 3 billion people, Russia, India and China, into trading with each other in currencies other than the dollar will go down as one of the most short-sighted and self-destructive policies ever in US history. Yeah, but it's not a US policy, is it? It's a Lord Schwab policy. And it's not short-sighted. He's planned it for ages.
Yeah. It's all part of the puppetry.
Yeah. So, yeah, another chess piece is moved into place for the Greater Reset.
But the big question is has Putin actually gone rogue, or is that still planned anyway? Because they've taken him. He's not on the World Economic Forum's website anymore.
Well,
all the media platforms are absolutely slating him. So by default, that should mean that he's pissed someone off, because all the powers that be own the media, and if everyone's giving him shit,
the
or is
World
this all
Economic
part of it?
Forum needs someone to trigger the Great Reset.
Yeah. So is it
even if he's not on board with them, he's still on board with the overall plan.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah.
Even if he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
So
don't get me wrong. I don't trust Putin. I don't trust any of these fuckers. But it seems he has pissed someone off, unless it is part of the plan, and he's secretly sipping champagne and whatever with Lord Schwab and his cronies.
All we know is that the chess pieces have all been moved into place. And whatever happens now seems to be accounted for.
Because he's got to be the most hated man in the world currently.
Yeah, it's a new Hitler.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a new Hitler. Hitler 2.0.
Hitler's sitting back thinking, the heat's off me now. So, yeah, what can we say about that? These things will carry on happening now. So that's Visa, MasterCard and PayPal. Imagine all that money that they've been taking from Russia. On the left-hand side, I said this is an absolute world-class masterpiece in covert distraction. While the normosphere is absolutely captivated by Ukraine flag virtue signalling, a team of international scientists have produced research to prove beyond, I spelled beyond with a G, any reasonable doubt that Divok was not only synthetically man-made, it was made by the same people who created the miracle cure. What a surprise. During gain-of-function research in 2013, Moderna patented a genetic sequence containing 19 distinct neurotides. The same 19 neurotide sequence was found randomly in the novel COVID-19 coronavirus. This sequence does not naturally occur anywhere in nature. The chances that this randomly happened are estimated between 1 trillion and 72 million to 1. So like I told you, back in 2016, on the track Poison Dart, they patent a vaccine to fatten a purse at least 6 months before the outbreak's rehearsed. But in this case, it was 7 years before simulating or rehearsing the outbreak in Event 201. Either that or this is the greatest coincidence in recorded history. And to add on insult to injury, literally another round of boosters is about to be offered. So the Daily Expose is talking about this published medical paper. It's published in MedPub,
just a regular,
the international database of medical publications. They've picked it apart, and basically, there is no way in hell that it wasn't man-made by Moderna. 72 million or 1 billion to 1. It's the chances that could happen. So yeah, what were we talking about the other week in the Guardians? The Masters of Distraction.
Yeah,
Magicians.
magicians. Yeah, sleight of hand.
Yeah. Well, is this not like a great example of like global sleight of hand?
Yeah, and also it's not like an instant thing. It can take many years. So these tricks that they perform, they can be over time on the stage.
Right. So it's not. It doesn't have to be a quick 1-2.
No,
Hmm.
no, far from it. Quite the opposite.
Interesting. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure this isn't the last of the things that are going to come out, which are basically proving everything that we thought about the Soviet Union was true.
The trouble is, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
The people who have been conned by it all and have gone and subscribed to the all of them, and will continue to subscribe to, because it's going to be either every 6 months or once a year.
Yeah.
That people are going to have to do this shit. And the ones that have been conned, they won't be able to admit to themselves or anyone else that they've been had by it all. Plus, it's too earth-shattering for the middle class who've had a cushy life and you know, nice wealthy people who are comfortable. They don't want to believe that their government's fucking out to get them and wants to commit, you know, genocide on their own.
Probably too much.
Yeah, it is too much. 100% it's too much. It's much nicer for them to believe they're out to help them. You know, you got Matt Hancock smiling and shaking everyone's hand, and secretly they're cooking up shit like this behind the closed doors.
Yep. It would. It's too much to break most people, I think. And then,
but then when you look into the darker side of it, you know, from a dark occultist point of view, this is like, you know, this is just the research the Nazis were doing that's just been, you know, in this day and age now, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, this is carrying on what they've
Yeah,
always done.
exactly. Yeah, this is research.
A continuation of the great work.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're what they call the great work.
Yeah.
Do you want to chime in on this, Master Lee?
Well, to be honest, this is what I'm going to be talking about later on when we go in.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Okay,
then.
all right. We're just waiting for Oma Beats to come back for some more music, and then we'll save your musings on this for when we go in later on. All right. So
Yeah, I mean, just
go on.
on that subject, it's basically it's about knowledge and who knows and who doesn't know, and what is knowledge. You know, that's what I'm going to be going to, and it will explain a lot of this that we're discussing, and quite possibly it will probably be one of the most important things that I'll ever say, potentially.
Wow.
Because it goes to the root of the problem, which everybody seems to be trying to not necessarily intentionally avoiding, but yeah, in some ways it's kind of lawful that people don't know. In some ways,
You're really intriguing me now.
you have to wait till 11 o'clock, folks.
Okay.
The witching hour.
Probably be 11:15 by now because we're running a little bit late. Okay, so in the middle here, the US-funded biolabs narrative isn't going anywhere. In fact, it's gaining momentum. New info is coming out each day. This is what I said on March 14th. Imagine if it actually turned out that instead of invading Ukraine and murdering children, Putin is actually striking at the heart of the Soviet Union's infrastructure, taking out chemical weapons factories to protect Russia and, by default, the rest of humanity. Imagine if that was true. The coincidence theorists are going to have an absolute kitten. So here, Tulsi Gabbard, who is a Republican, is basically calling them out, saying, look, how come that you guys are still saying it's a conspiracy theory when we all know that there are 25 plus US-funded biolabs in Ukraine, which, if breached, would release a spread of deadly pathogens to the US and the world, and therefore must be secured in order to prevent future pandemics. So it's being talked about, and there are new things coming out every day about this. And we talked about this in our very first Ukraine special. Again, the expose had the info. A lot of my information comes from the expose. I always shout them out. But it seems that,
the locations where he went for first, they were US funded biolabs.
Yeah.
Where they
Well, the other thing,
shit like, you know.
The other thing you got to factor in is with these bioweapons that they can actually select particular types of people.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there is talk of these weapons being used directly at the Slavic people.
I heard they can do. They can attack. You know, go for certain blood group.
Yeah.
Types as well.
Well, at the end of the day, we don't really know exactly what they can and
No.
can't do. But I'm sure that when you go into the realms of bioweapons, it would actually be quite easy in some ways to be able to make them selective.
It's been talked about for years.
Yeah.
That they could target certain races, certain genomes, certain gene types with a targeted bioweapon. Yeah, very scary stuff. Anyway, the first picture of one of these US-Ukrainian biolabs has actually come out. It's this here. I sent this to a couple of people in Facebook Messenger. They go, "I don't get it." And they hadn't. They didn't know that this was Epstein's original biolab. Imagine if this is biolab 101.
But most people don't know anything about Epstein's.
Yeah, not everyone like studied it as closely as we did. So yeah.
Has anybody looked into the links between Epstein and Ukraine?
No, but I've heard there are some.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting
financial
dive.
Definitely. There will be if Ukraine's one of the human trafficking centres of the world, and Epstein's a, up there trafficker, or so we're led to believe.
So we've got a couple of great ones here. What about the biolab conspiracy theories? The BBC have still found no evidence of US biolabs in Ukraine, with a massive biolab in the background. And here, Russia might use chemical weapons. You might know me from Saddam might have WMDs, and Assad gas his own people. Yep, straight out of the same stable. This story is World War 33. Okay, so yeah, that's my roundup of the week's stories and the memes. So it is Pirate Radio Station tonight. Before we hand back over to Oma Beats, I'm going to say, if you want to support the stream, please riseabove.news/shop. All the old t-shirts and hoodies and a whole load of new ones, including ladies' designs in multiple colours, are now up for grabs. And remember, in the next musical section, when you hear this jingle, this is when you email us to get a free t-shirt.
You could never defeat me. I have the special skill of the liquid metal rabbit.
I'm going to play that jingle really slyly in the next music set, and the first person to email us at riseabovelivestream@gmail.com, it's on the screen down here, riseabovelivestream@gmail.com, the first person to email us will get a free t-shirt when you hear the liquid metal rabbit. So we are going to have a half-hour set from Oma Beats. We're going to be back at 11:15.
I think Andy PG was going to have a little mix as well.
Andy
he
PG
specified some actual tunes he wanted to
We're going to have a little mix with Oma Beats.
Okay, so we're going to be back at 11:15, where we're going to go deep with Inner Guardians, a.k.a. Master Lee. It's Friday night. It's Rise Above. Oma Beats, come with the tunes, mate. All right, yeah, safe.
There's nothing like the smell of toasted rabbit in the morning.
So that's what... No, it's not that one. This is what we
defeat me.
Listen to that for.
Special skill of the liquid metal rabbit.
Let's go. Shout out to Ruben Hoyson. I haven't pressed the button yet. We haven't pressed the button for the t-shirt yet. That was just a test. Listen up. I repeat, we haven't pushed the rabbit button yet. When we push it, you will know.
Rabbit.
We have a winner, Becky S. Becky S won the t-shirt. Becky S was very quick on the button there. She's got a t-shirt of her choice.
She was straight in there.
It's Rise Above family. Each and every Friday night, family. Massive shout out to everyone that tried to email to get that t-shirt. Becky S got it. She was instant. Becky S gets the t-shirt. I think we'll do that every week now.
What, as a standard competition? Yeah.
Becky gets the full wabbit.
Sarge with a question. Always learn the lesson before you meet redemption. No stressing. You counting all your blessings. The heartbeat now starts weak, sparking a reflection. Shendo to the drop, that's the main attraction. Nintendo mushroom bomb, stop button mashing. Ink on the page for indelible detachment. We now reaching the stage of a chemical reaction. Now reaching the stage of a chemical reaction. Between the synapse and mind maps and spirographs, trying to react to the time lapse that rides past to the bright mask. You might just find that you'll never get that time back. Try to relax at the climax, don't drive fast, just lie back. With every single interaction that comes across your way and happens, don't think that you're missing that much. Trust me, that's just straight distraction. Everything you can feel in touch, pretty much the delectable attachment. Engage now, you're ready for the rush. Stop inside this chemical reaction. Inside this chemical reaction. Engage now, you're ready for the rush.
Big up Chronic, big up Michael Carey. He almost headbutted his nan. Uh-oh, we've got some memes coming through. Jake, how did you send me this meme? Tell me. Auntie Koviet's dropped me something as well. She got something fresh. I love it when we get memes live on the show.
Exile. It's Traffic MC. Yeah.
Oma Beats and Andy PG live in effect. Double LMC live in effect. It's Friday night. It's Rides Above. Hang tight with the family. Big shout to Becky S. She won a t-shirt. Fingered up on the fader. Mike and out of the mixer. We got a brand new meme from a brand new meme from Auntie Kovia live and out of the blender. Check, check. How we sounding? Rise and shine. I can't see any new memes from you. Alex Shield, I salute you too. Hopefully we're providing some nice entertainment for the evening. Let us know how you're feeling, let us know how we're sounding. I turned the mic up a little bit. Auntie Kobe has remixed the Ed Sheeran picture. The Gates Foundation. Oh, it's an email, okay, okay. Send me memes on Messenger. Then I can drag and drop. Oma Beats. Jack says shout out to DJ Dad. Jack says shout out to DJ Dad. He just emailed me. Shout out to Jack Homer. Oh, what's this? Wow, that's a good one. Rise and Shine's got a fresh new meme for us. Oh, dirty. Absolutely filthy. Look at that, like mother, like son. Big up, rise and shine. One spot the A's, two spot the spades. No, he emailed me. Sounding kind of powerful, kind of powerful. Andy PG. Sound of Andy PG. Getting kinda grimy, getting kinda greasy. DDDOOUUBBBLLLEEELLMC. Yo, that's me. With letter clarity, I'm dropping that verbal style. Alongside Mr. Andy PG live upon the decks. It's MC L and IB live in effect. Yo, who's that number? The technique says don't need to take a guess. The Bible sound of Andy PG drop a wicked set. With me, the MC L, we blow holes in your chest. Lyrics armor piercings only need to wear a vest. I'm smoking up the mic while like a. Ooh, too loud, yeah? Thanks, Soviet dissident. Got to get it right. Got to get the levels right. Got to get the levels tight. Andy PG. Yo. The technique is legendary. Leave MC dead and buried. Ready to the cemetery while I'm still live and merry. Live by my mic and you might die by my mic. You might get blind by the light. They come and take away your sight. When the sun goes down, step inside the fright night. Stars will take flight. That's the flame, watch me ignite. Explosive power you weren't ready to see. Lyrical perfection with a real fluidity, y'all. Andy PG's rolling. Big up Second Mouse. Okay, I said enter Sir Lancelot. Lyrics to make you dance a lot. Gonna use them every chance I got. People, you gonna dance or what? Never saw you at the round table. Never heard your name in a fable. Probably shoving and shit in the stable. Using hate to line the cradle. Ha! Enter Sir Lancelot. Yo, enter Sir Lancelot. Lyrics to make you. Enter Sir Lancelot. Lyrics to make you what?
Wait for me, getting there. Trust in me, let it go. Feel the sound, giving up. I'm falling down, climbing up. Wait for me, getting there. Trust in me, let it go. Feel the sound, giving up. I'm falling down, climbing up. Wait for me, getting there. Trust in me, let it go. Feel the sound, giving up. I'm falling down.
Yo. Okay then. Yo, we're too direct. You can act like you ain't been ejected. I eject, I fear, I feel I've been detected. He selects a rhythm that never be rejected. Can't have no copy, yo, with copyright protected. I defend the jungle code of honor, don't surrender. Intend, keep it real, you won't be a pretender. Suspend something here, not on the agenda. Set the trend that people recommend, the number one contender. I invent style that making MCs discontent, yeah. Big up Richard Alvis. Eye for an eye, two for a two. Here at Rise Above, we only broadcast the truth. Yeah. Yo, I've been a representer since they cut the cord from my placenta. From the warmth of the womb to the coldest part of the winter, what do you enter? Better still, tell me how you enter. Andy PG, tell me how you enter.
Yeah, they say spark up the flame, pass me the light. Somebody better tell me who be blazing tonight. Andy Peaches on the next and MC Double L on mic one. Spark up the flame, pass me the lighter. Big up Catherine O'Connell. Invasive action. Invasive action. Run for cover. Fighting in the war with my mic. I'll be the gunner. Rise Above Radio. Pirate sessions broadcasting in stereo. As I eating my pistachio. Big up Zoom T. Outside the crew in Turkey. Big up Auntie Covia. I forgot about this one. Like Blue Peter, here's one she prepared earlier. Shout out to Auntie Covia, each and every. Yeah! This is Rise Above. Each and every Friday, yo, we generate the love. Shout out to all the family. It's Oma Beats and Andy PG.
There are only a few who can hit the target
riseabove.news/shop for all the merchandise, t-shirts, hooded tops. Rise Above sigil magic sewed into every garment, radiating that to the atmosphere, out to the ether. Blowing up the speaker. Oma Beats and Andy PG, double LMC. Rise Above family. Big up Zoom T. Don't forget Mark Devlin next week, March 25th. Doing an exclusive live set in the studio. Oh yeah. Whoa. Cruise control. Pass me another pistachio.
You can't replace us. They try to shut down the club, they try to shut down the rave, but they can't shut down the vibes are running all day. They try to lock down the team, everybody crying in. You can't stop the people moving, going back to the rave. We're going back to the raves, we're going back to the clubs, we're going back to the dance. We're going back to the raves, we're going back to the place. No, you can't replace us. We're going back to the raves, we're going back to the clubs, we're going back to the dance. We're going back to the raves, we're going back to the place. No, you can't replace us. That's how I like it. Alright, raving gang, your time.
To the
We cannot keep Master Lee waiting for a moment longer. Alright, one mix. You are? It's called Steve. Big up Steve Sinstar Dread. Big shout out to Mark Anthony. Terra Slim JD. Remember, JD's coming to the studio on 1st of April. I recommend Cookies Dog too, Marky Boy. Shout out to Eye for an Eye. A 2 for a 2 as we look for the ultimate boost. This Rise Above. I've been assured this is the last mix from Moma Beats before we get down to business with Master Lee. Shout out to Chronic. I will check that out, Bruce. Samuel Blazer. Second Mash, glad you're having a nice time. Good night, King. Wow, Omar. Right, it's in the Guardian's time now. The last mix was spectacular, Omar Beats. Welcome back, everyone. It's Friday night, it's Rise Above. Welcome back in the Guardians.
Salutations.
Salutations indeed. Sorry we ran over a little bit there, but it was to be expected.
That's okay. That's okay.
What do you expect?
No worries.
It's Rise Above. So, Pirate Radio sessions tonight. We've had quite a lot of music. Some good times. In the last section of the show, as always, we tend to go a little bit deeper. We get out the fillet knife and we saute some whole rabbit with the help of our metaphysical specialist in the Guardians, aka Master Lee. What is it you want to talk about this week?
Well, it's a very interesting subject, and it's pertinent to probably most of the sort of the awakened or truth platforms that are out now. But I wanted to address a few things that I have personal issues with. I have kind of alluded towards them in the past with regards to certain terms, and ideas. Now, I mean, all I'm going to be doing now is constructing a conceptual framework, and I may not necessarily believe or agree with what I'm going to say, but for those who are in the dark occult and the light occult and everything in between, a lot of them do subscribe to what I'm going to bring forwards. And before I do that, I just want to address a term that we use, which is normies.
Yeah.
Now, it's kind of, we all understand what it means, but there's actually, we have to be very, very careful with our language, because our language can actually create our reality. It can actually bring things into manifestation. So as an example, in the occult world, the term normal is something that you would aspire to be. Okay, so when we use the term normie, referring to people who are normal, that's actually a compliment to them. When in actual fact, they would be considered, in occultic terms or esoteric terms, as ordinary. So you got normal, which would be people who have knowledge and light. That would be deemed as normal. Not superhuman, not super normal, but normal. So that would be the benchmark for those who study knowledge, wisdom, understanding, understanding, and things of that nature. So what we're witnessing is actually subnormal or subordinary or subordinary or subordinate. So you can see how words are actually quite important in the language.
Yeah, right.
So if you look at the word ordinary and subordinary, there is a correlation. So if you're trying to terraform, or if you're trying to reconstruct humanity, and you're in the dark occult, you probably want subordinates. It's probably more useful to you.
Sure.
So what we're witnessing is the manufacturing of subordinates. So when we call them normies, in occult or esoteric terms, that would be a compliment.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Now, what that will actually lead us towards is, what is the difference between someone that's ordinary and somebody that's normal? And what is the point in this whole awakened movement? Now, remember, I said I'm just going to construct a conceptual framework, so you don't have to subscribe to what I'm going to say. I'm still on the fence about a lot of things, but as an example, I often hear on a lot of these, I don't even know what to describe them as, freedom, truth movement, awakening platforms and speakers and so on and so forth. They kind of talk about like we are all one, and about freedom, and at some point, if we can wake up enough people, we'll enter some kind of utopia.
Yeah. Golden
or
age.
golden age, yeah. Now,
5D transcendence.
yeah, in occultic terms, that doesn't make a lot of sense, and I'll explain why. And I have held back over time with regards to talking about this subject, because, like I say, I'm still not 100% certain myself. I hear different versions, different ideas, but I'm kind of, the more I look into it, the more I elucidate upon it, it makes more sense. So what is the difference? We could probably say knowledge is the difference. And when we talk about the occult, it's normally knowledge that is occulted. But what is knowledge? A lot of people think that knowledge potentially is unlimited, it's in abundance, and that everybody can have it. Well, what if I was to describe it in a different way? What if I was to describe knowledge as a substance that is not unlimited? It's not infinite. It's actually finite. So just like anything else in this realm, if you use the example of, say, gold is not infinite. We're all aware of that. There's only a certain amount of gold in this realm. So then when we look at humanity, now, is it fair to say that people are becoming more knowledgeable and more awake? We can safely say that that's true. We've all experienced more people becoming aware and
Yeah.
awake.
Sure.
Yeah. Can we
Which
equally say?
sorry to butt in Aganis, which is strange because we seem to be going more and more into tyranny.
Well, I'm gonna lead on to that. So, is it fair to say that we all know people and we experience people that are becoming either more dumb, stupid, and ignorant?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what's the correlation between the increase of people awakening and having knowledge, and the increase in people becoming less knowledgeable, more stupid, more?
Well, I think it's roughly equal.
Okay. So that means that, as an example, there's only a limited amount of knowledge. So those who are happy to be ignorant are actually sacrificing knowledge for those who will use it wisely.
That's really interesting because, like, all throughout last year, we kept saying, okay, it seems like people are waking up, but people are also doubling down into ignorance at the same time. And we noticed both of those things simultaneously, like they were
Yep.
working in synergy, which is what you're basically saying.
Yes, because knowledge, if knowledge is a substance that is limited, then it's actually not lawful for everybody to have it equally. And this
That
is
would be
why you have,
communism.
well, this is why you have mystery schools. This is why you have secret societies. This is why you have the occult. This explains why things are hidden. Because if it was given to everybody, it would actually be more dangerous to humanity than if certain people who can use it wisely and for good or for good purposes can have enough knowledge to actually be able to do anything. Now, the second half of that is you've got the dark occultists who obviously hide the knowledge for their own benefit, for nepotism, which is what it is, in essence. So, what I'm about to say is, excuse me, potentially, the next time you speak to somebody who is ignorant, stupid, dumb, doubling down, whatever description you want to give it, maybe we need to be a little bit more
Thankful.
compassionate to them.
Yeah,
Even say thank you very
absolutely.
much, because you're given the knowledge that you don't want is enabling me in this realm to have. So it kind of puts a whole new spin on everything. Now, I've been very, very curious, right, about certain experiments, and I think they're experiments that could never be done. But as an example, what would happen, right? Because we all understand polarity. We all understand breathing in, breathing out, up, down, in, out, sun, moon, so on and so forth. Sleep and awake. Just imagine if we could communicate it that the whole of the world's or realms or creators' population stayed awake and didn't go to sleep at the same time, simultaneously. Do you think that would have any side effects or consequences to our reality?
Yes.
So nobody's dreaming. That would be an interesting experiment, in my opinion.
Yeah, if one half of the world stayed up all night, while the other half was
going about their normal
day.
Yeah, because think about it, right? There must be a real important reason why people have to go to sleep and dream or do whatever when they're sleeping. So, to me, I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever measured it, but I would probably guess that while half the population are sleeping at night, the other half of the population are awake and everything in between for some kind of polarity. And there must be some important reason. Well, we all know there's important reasons why we need to sleep at night and also why we need to be awake. That's just, I don't know, these are sort of things I think about. But
These are just ideas, people.
But going back to knowledge being a substance, right? And this is something potentially that no one or not many people have actually contemplated. if knowledge is a substance that can be measured. So as an example, and I know this has been done before, if you get an empty textbook and then you get a second textbook and write in it, draw pictures, so on and so forth, and then you weigh the two, which one weighs more?
Well, you could argue that if you had a sensitive enough scales, the one that you wrote on would weigh marginally more because of the ink, but that's
Depends
being,
what picture you were
that's
drawing.
being very pedantic.
Yeah,
They're going to
so
weigh the same.
Yeah, but no, I think the one that you write in is going to weigh more if you've got good enough scales. Now,
Yeah.
and it's actually been tested. It does weigh more, right? So, but I don't know if what I'm going to suggest has been tested. But if you've got a hard drive, an empty hard drive, and then a full hard drive, and you was able to weigh them, which one would weigh more?
I bet that's been done.
It'd have to be the same, surely. Because there's no physical
I don't
ink
know.
going into a hard drive. I mean, unless it's storing.
But what is it?
But it's the knowledge.
I'm not going to pretend I know exactly how the inside of a hard drive works, because I don't.
Or what about what do you call it? A disk, an empty disk, and one that's got data on it. Do they weigh different? What's the difference between the two?
Well, you could say that a disc, that what's been scratched onto the disc is normally done with light, rather than being physical ink. So with the
Well, you could equate light to knowledge.
yeah, but it's not going to weigh anymore on even the most sensitive scales. You know, a CD.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But it's something to ponder, something to elucidate upon. Or even a floppy disk full of data compared to an empty one. Would it weigh more? It might weigh less. I don't know. But anyway, the point is that if knowledge is a substance and it's finite, and there's only a certain amount or set amount given to this realm or creator at any given time, this would explain why, as an example, there would be a growth in knowledge during times of war. Because let's face it, war is probably the ultimate form of ignorance within a collective.
I found an answer for the hard drive.
Go on.
Okay, so an empty hard drive will weigh more because it's just zeros, because of the binary code it uses. And a full hard drive would weigh less than half, I think is what's said. Because of the shapes of the data, because there are only ones and zeros.
Yeah, but no physical data is going out or leaving it. How can it alter
No, because
the
the size, like the amount of data it's taken to make that zero on your screen, I think that's what it's measuring. It's called.
So there's a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But it's in like electrons. It's in electrons. That's how they're using it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? If you did a sort of exploration into this subject of knowledge and weight, now remember, knowledge, and we're going to take it a step deeper, right? So hold on to your seats. So it's interesting that you say it weighs lighter, because knowledge the more knowledge you have, the lighter you could actually be. Enlightenment.
If you're looking at a digital format, for sure.
Because no one actually said that you may be heavier if you have knowledge. In fact, you should be lighter. The less knowledge you have, you should be kind of denser. I mean, we call people dense.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
And thick.
Yeah. And then when you go into the realms of like density and buoyancy, and our sort of personal spherical matrix grid system, somebody who is in a sort of higher state of awareness and frequency and resonance vibration, the holes in their matrix or grid are bigger. So there's more space, which means that ether is able to travel through you better or more efficiently than somebody that's closed or dense or thick or with a very tight net around them.
Right, so they would act sort of like a sail rather than letting things pass through them.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, these are all the sort of things that, like, if you go into sort of Tesla energy and stuff, this is all part of it. You know, if you factor in the ether with regards to it being a substance that can travel through or not, or what it can penetrate or not. But like I say, I've just set up a sort of I've constructed a conceptual framework to elucidate upon, because it will make you look at life and reality in a slightly different way, even just by one slight turn or one digit. But actually, it makes a big difference to the way that you perceive reality. Like I say, so from now on, you may actually start to look at ignorant people as potentially they could have sacrificed their knowledge, and they might have done it consciously, or they might have not done it consciously. I had a quite interesting synchronistic moment with Dom from Sheep Farm, because we were sending each other emails, and the day before I was actually doing some teaching, and I spoke about the conscious conscious, the conscious unconscious, the unconscious conscious, and the unconscious unconscious. Okay, and that people can be at different positions on that sort of matrix. And literally the next day, me and Don were chatting about something completely different. And he said to me, well, he sent in his email, known, known unknowns, unknown knowns, and unknown unknown, which is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
And
pattern.
yeah, I thought it was very, very interesting. And those matrices, they need to be sort of observed and studied, because we can actually catch ourselves at any one of those levels. And some may think that one is better than the other, when in actual fact, they're all useful. Even the unconscious unconscious is useful, can be useful, if it's used in the right way, but it depends on what you're doing. If you were going to go into a court of law, probably the unknown unknown or the unconscious unconscious wouldn't be useful.
Yeah.
But if you're
You'd tell
tying
them
up your
how to
shoelaces, if you're tying up your shoelaces in an emergency, maybe the unconscious unconscious could be useful, as long as you can still perform the activity. Do you
Okay.
really need to be conscious of tying your shoelaces up in a hurry? It'd actually be more beneficial. Apologies for the dog.
That's okay.
It would be more beneficial to not have to concern or apply too much attention upon detail when performing such a task, like putting your boots on in an emergency.
Yeah, because that can slow you down.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's lots of things that we do. So everybody talks about, awareness and consciousness and things like that. Well, it's not actually useful to be hyper conscious, super aware and awake about everything all of the time. But anyway, so going back to the subject of knowledge is limited. And, what does it mean if it's limited? It basically means there's not enough to go around. We could even take it a step back. So if we go sort of pre-birth, and let's and once again, I'm just going to construct a conceptual framework. Let's assume that we agreed to come here, and let's say that we get the choice to decide what level of knowledge we feel we need to attain. Well, let's say, for instance, in this life, we've gathered quite a lot of knowledge, and then when we come back, maybe we don't need the same knowledge because we have enough. Maybe we can actually play dumb and stupid and ignorant in our next life. Because if we really loved humanity, we would give up our quest for knowledge so that others can catch up or can have some of it, as an example. That would be the act of an awakened soul. So maybe some of these people we talk to, and I have alluded toward this subject before, maybe some of these people we talk to who we think are stupid, ignorant, dumb, dense, they could be far more knowledgeable than they let on. Maybe they've decided to live a life like that so that the knowledge is freed up for others to have a go at some knowledge.
Offered their
Who
knowledge to
knows?
others, service to others.
Service to
Well,
others,
you're
yeah.
supposed to pass knowledge down, aren't you? To your children, you're supposed to pass knowledge down, and then that's raising your children. not just providing
Yeah.
food, water, but you're raising the consciousness of the child. You pass down knowledge to raise the child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And then you've got ancestor knowledge as well. But then you've
Which is,
also
again,
got
It's through your genes, isn't it?
and also you've got factions who are trying to hide the knowledge completely and keep it for their own families.
That's a good point. Genes own beats, because that's what they're trying to fuck with now with these injections. That's exactly what they're trying to fuck with.
If we make a correlation between knowledge and gold, who's got the majority of the gold? Is it fair to say that there's certain families?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They've hoarded gold
So
for
I'd
generations.
go further. I could say a certain bloodline, which is a certain gene, the genome. One particular group.
Yeah, one
So if it's like
genome,
so if it's precious, and if we say knowledge is precious and finite, then this would explain why the knowledge is hidden and kept and passed on, mainly through the subconscious, mainly through symbols, signs, and even dances. And if you look at folklore and folk dances, I mean, people often say to me, you're an occultist. And I say, yeah, and they kind of give you a strange look or whatever. And when I explain to them, well, you are surrounded by the occult. The only difference is that I understand it a bit more than maybe yourself. And they still kind of look at you strange. And then I'll say to them, well, do you know what Morris dancing is? And they'll say, yeah, it's a group of people just running around doing these dances. Yeah, but what knowledge is hidden in those dances? Most people don't know. I don't even know. But it's a ritual, yeah. And from times gone by, probably obviously pre-digital, that was the best way to hide knowledge or to pass on knowledge to the subconscious. So you could actually participate in an exercise like that with the unconscious conscious, or the conscious unconscious even. So you could actually get the knowledge without really knowing that you've got it, because it's passed on it goes straight into the subconscious.
You could probably say the same thing about capoeira then, because that was a dance hidden, wasn't it? It's martial art hidden as a dance. It's like the secret knowledge of martial arts was hidden within the dance because they weren't allowed to practice the martial arts in Brazil at the time.
Yeah, I would say pretty much everything. Everything is the occult. Colors, symbols, and this is becoming more and more apparent. I mean, even with this greatest apocalypse ever, part 2, we're now starting to, many are starting to realize that there's colors being used.
Yeah,
as part of the magic
program
tricks.
we spoke about last week.
Yeah.
Big up Hugo Talks, who brought that to the table for everyone.
Yeah. So you pretty much, it's full spectrum. You've got colors, you've got language, you've got symbols, signs, hypnosis, repetition of mantras, chants, NLP, and everything else.
Full spectrum.
Full spectrum, yeah. Possibly for the first time in sort of known history that it's been used. Every tactic, every strategy is being pulled out. Maybe not at the same time, but being
They have
in
got
some form of
multiple
rotation.
running all at the same time though, and simultaneously. Not all of them, but they've definitely got simultaneous going at once.
Yeah, and I think part of this journey through this experience, we will actually start to be able to use any knowledge that we get to actually open the doors to other types of knowledge or other parts that maybe that we're not conscious about. So if you go through the conscious, unconscious, sort of matrix, it's a kind of like a doorway. Because so, for instance, we might be conscious in one aspect of our lives, but we might be unconscious in another, and we may need to rectify that or not, or maybe we need to be less conscious about certain things. There's times when being unconscious could be quite good, maybe dancing. And you can let go of certain things, certain levels or degrees of consciousness.
Well, some of us, we try hard to access different levels of consciousness to release ourselves from the conscious, as you say.
Mm. But my biggest not gripe or complaint, but I think we've got to be really, really careful with this, because I don't actually believe the truth movement agrees. I don't think the Great Awakening is in an agreement, because can everybody awake, and can everybody have knowledge? I think quite the opposite. I think,
not.
I mean, look at it this way, right? If you look historically, the greatest times when there's been growths of knowledge has always been paralleled by war and similar things. So we could say that hard times and war provokes or evokes knowledge, but maybe we could say that when there are times of great awakenings, that also addresses the balance of the opposite. If there's polarity and equilibrium and balance, I mean, people always talk about balance, equilibrium as being the perfect thing. Well, if you're going to have highly knowledgeable, awakened humans, to have balance, you're going to have very evil, dark, destructive humans.
Yeah, the balance has to be there.
Yeah.
It is the nature of the realm.
Yeah. So I think in some ways, for me, it's actually very calming when I elucidate upon subjects like this. And it also answers a lot of questions, like when I'm in the supermarket and I'm surrounded by the normies, so to speak, who are acting completely irrationally and like lunatics. And yet I can stand there feeling very kind of calm and frustrated, because it seems like I have knowledge that they don't have. But when you look at it in this way, it makes more sense. That the more irrational and the more like lunatics they behave, it actually it can give you more knowledge, more calm, more peace. Just as long as they keep 2 meters away from you.
Yeah. Well, you could say there is a direct correlation with some people's dive into ignorance, while others of us are continuing to learn and to grow, and it does seem to be a direct correlation.
Yeah.
There are people that the normies, or the subordinates, as we should call them, they're definitely acting. Some of them are definitely acting worse now than they were at the start, because they've just carried on going.
I wonder what the subscription will be like if they do mandate a fourth.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out, comrades.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe we ought to, I don't know, hug a normie. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what the answer is to this kind of conundrum.
The word
or
normie,
polarization.
it is quite derogatory. I've said this before. We shouldn't, because we are creating more division by calling them normies. However, what I think as a normie is actually the majority.
People have normalised insanity. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Well, they've normalised the ordinary.
Insanity, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I'm saying this is because
the majority. It's not the minority. It is the majority.
Yeah, the only reason I'm saying this is because in occult circles, in esoteric circles, before 2020 and this whole kind of thing about the normies, to be normal would be your aspiration of study of knowledge. And pre-knowledge, you would consider yourself as being an ordinary sleeping machine or automaton.
The unbegun.
Or a sheep, whatever. So when you achieve a certain level, you actually class yourself as normal and you celebrate being normal. So the only reason I make that point is because, like I say, we have to be careful with certain words, because by calling them normies, we're actually paying them a compliment when maybe they shouldn't, or they don't deserve that title. I don't know. I mean,
they don't
like
even deserve to be called normies. We should call them sub-normies.
Yeah, maybe subnormy. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you look at this whole thing, maybe we shouldn't call them anything. I don't know. Like I say, I'm just
Maybe we should be
constructing a
thankful for their sacrifice.
sacrifice.
To
Yeah.
give us their knowledge.
Yeah, the sacrifice of their knowledge.
I mean, I can't get my head around. You know, with the knowledge, even with the knowledge I've got, I still can't get my head around that people could actually be so ignorant to do what they've been doing over the last 2 years. To me, that is proof positive of a real sort of low self-awareness,
Low consciousness.
low consciousness, low awareness of anything.
And people don't like themselves.
Yeah, and people who are still wearing masks.
Yeah.
In some ways, it kind of breaks my heart. I feel very sad about it all. Looking at the, well, I'm very frustrated because it's like, what is it about them that they can't muster up enough awareness to figure out just the basics?
The most obvious. Well, in my mind, it's like, how could you not work out the most obvious thing ever?
Yeah.
The most obvious move against us, the most obvious blatant lie, the most obvious fabricated bullshit, the most obvious contradictions. Over and over
Blatant,
again.
outright lies from the media.
Like provable, held in your face. We are lying. This is a lie. Look what we're doing here. We're not doing it here. Look. It's bullshit. It's like, it couldn't be any more obvious. So I think, maybe it is the best way to look at those die-hard Proviets at this point. But thank you for your service to the Soviet Union. Thank you for your sacrifice, comrade. Without your glorious sacrifice, we wouldn't have enough essence to sit at the rabbit table and consistently rise above.
I wonder what the percentage of Soviet Union followers there are globally, as opposed to not
millions.
Yeah, no, it'd be billions, wouldn't it?
Well, I should imagine that over this 2-year sort of process and moving forwards, that maybe the balance of knowledge will address itself almost organically, because maybe this number 4 tour might not go down so well. It remains to be seen.
Oh, but there'll still be a huge percentage of people that will just do it, because don't forget, government's the new religion. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
They'll
know.
just do
What is
what
the
they're
cutoff
told.
point? What is the cutoff point for people?
We've already gone
I
past.
don't think there is one. I think they've been beaten down so professionally over the years and decades that they've just got a perfectly programmable, low consciousness being, like populating the earth. That's it. And they just do whatever they want now, really.
Well, I think personally, I think the number 3 is probably important. So I think if somebody's on their 3rd, it's probably too late, genetically, physiologically. They're too far gone. That they may not even be human anymore.
Said it before. Last generation of humans, organic humans. My friend Mickey said that to me in Laos in 2017. He said, "Lance, we're going to be the last generation of organic humans." I was like, "Nah." And we chatted about it last week. It's like, "Yeah, remember that conversation?" I was like, "Yep, I remember."
That's what I'm saying. I wonder what the actual percentage is of subscribers globally.
What if you took the 3 dark finish as the benchmark for being a fully fledged member of the Soviet Union?
Yeah,
we've got to have 1 billion people.
I reckon it's more.
2.
Well, all of China.
China, not a single person in China had an mRNA, Brittany. Does that count?
Well, I don't know, because it doesn't matter if they're China. It's still the dark.
Yeah, but if your Brittany doesn't contain that special Swabian technology, does it count?
Well, it might have had something worse.
So apparently, the whatever it was called, China Brittany, was just the regular old dangerous Britney Spears.
Right.
It was only all the goyim in this part of the world that took the old mRNA Britney Spears.
Well, the other thing you've got to think about as well, in Russia, they took their own.
Oh, they had their own one as well.
Yeah, the Sputnik.
Was that an mRNA?
I don't believe so.
Interesting.
I think it was just an old flu jab or something or other.
So basically, everyone in the West took one thing. Interesting.
Russia and China took something else.
And
makes you wonder.
And yeah, it does make you wonder.
What's India had?
They're part of the Soviet Union.
mRNA.
Yeah,
Yes,
Moderna.
Well,
Christmas Miracle. What's the other one? Yeah, so.
But going back to the point of knowledge, I think, and this is why it's always said like that. You have to kind of treat it like it's a precious metal or precious substance, that it can't just be thrown around and stuff like that. And this explains, because people often ask me, what's with all the secrecy? What's with all the mystery schools and the occult groups and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's one of the main reasons, is because there it's a scarcity of knowledge. And it's not a case of a few people hiding it all, and that may be the case in terms of the dark occult world, but in the light occult world, I've mentioned this before, it's more about the preservation and the protection of that knowledge, rather than hoarding it for yourself for self-gain or nepotism.
Protecting it for the good of all, which is service.
Yeah, and also the dissemination of it, how it is actually put out into the world. It has to be sort of managed. And also, when you look at it like that, and then you look at the counter to it, like depravity, war, evil, darkness, so on and so forth, it has to be counterbalanced. Hence, this is why you often hear me say about, I don't believe there can be a utopia, but just based on the basic laws of what I know. I hope I'm wrong. But I really don't think that this realm or dimension can actually be a utopia in some ways.
It's not compatible
because of
to sustain it.
Yeah, because of polarity. There's often a story told in esoteric groups of to kind of describe and conceptualize this. So there's a man in London who is unhappy because of the grey sky and it's cold. So, and when he goes to India, he feels really healthy because of the climate and the temperature. So he goes over to India and he starts feeling depressed and sad because he can't work in the same capacity that he can work when he's in central London. So he's unhappy again. So you can see how this kind of story explains like polarity.
Yeah.
So how would that man be happy? How could that man actually be happy? If he can only make money in London, so when he goes to India, he's sad because he's got no money. But when he's in London, he feels sad because he likes the climate of India.
Food for thought.
Yeah. Like I say, you can't hold me down to anything in particular. I elucidate upon these subjects. I don't have a fixed position on it, although as time goes on and the older I become and whatever, the more I study, the more I'm starting to realize, especially in the last 2 years. To be honest, in 2019, I was kind of hoping for some kind of great awakening towards a utopia. But then I kind of saw the opposite. And we can all experience
I think it's
it.
the opposite. People keep saying, "Oh, there's some great awakening, but we're going further into tyranny.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a correlation. There's definitely a connection between these two polar opposites. I mean, if I flick through my social media, I can literally go from believing that we're going into a great awakening and golden age, next second, like the world's going to end in destruction or bioweapons or something or other. It seems to be like an extreme of both sides, which would explain this idea that knowledge is finite and a substance.
I said something along these lines back at the start of 2020. I said, well, the likelihood is the worst and the best outcome could look very similar right up until the last minute. You know,
Yeah.
if everything has to come crashing down, right up until it does come crashing down, it will look like it's going to be an absolute nightmare. What would be more important is what is built out of the rubble, or who controls the building back better, and that kind of stuff. But
And that's where AI subs in.
But
Well,
Go on.
I say that self-sovereignty comes self-responsibility, and for the most part, people often talk about bringing down of governance and government, and that we should be self-governing. But what would that actually look like? No police, no laws, no rules. What would the physical manifestation of that look like?
Well, with the current state of humanity, the first thing everyone that could afford it would be employing private security guards and stuff like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
you would need to get rid of the problems of, you know, why we have things like police at the moment. Because some people are criminals.
Now the weather's got a bit nicer. I've started going to the woods a bit more, and it's it's amazing. But do you know what I see? I see beer cans, bottles, and face masks everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, what kind of human would do that? Well, apparently there's plenty of them. I mean, I've got evidence of it that I see on a day-to-day basis.
The kind of humans that wear face masks.
And can they be trusted with freedom?
But yeah, perhaps not.
We've
So you
said
can- you're
before
not-
on the show about adult babies, haven't we?
Yeah, and this is why I'm not interested in a lot of platforms that go on about love and light and the Great Awakening and all this stuff. It makes me want to puke for the most part. But
I just think most people don't deserve it.
yeah, and also it's kind of like I spoke about it. I think it was last week or the week before about freedom. So if you want to impose everybody to awaken, that's not freedom. Some people might want to be asleep.
That's interfering with people's own free will.
It's like when the slavery was abolished. A lot of the slaves actually wanted to be
institutionalized into it, yeah.
because they had they had a roof over their head. They didn't have to really think. They just knew what they had to do, and they were comfortable with that.
So some people that come out of prison,
yeah,
and the army,
they can't. Yeah, all the army,
military.
Yeah. They're so used to having a set routine, certain things taken care of for them. A direction, a schedule. That
Well, you could even extend it.
Operate.
You could even extend it to even things like being self-employed or working from home. Or it requires a certain amount of discipline. I mean, they say like a lot of people that are working from home now are addicted to porn. I often wonder when you call people when they say they're working from home. It makes you wonder what they were watching just before the phone call.
Or during the phone call. They're not really concentrating.
I remember I called what's it called? The London congestion charge. And this was during the pandemic. And they were working from home. And they were literally, I could hear them on the toilet. You could hear the toilet flushing. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got to that.
All the wasted time that's being paid for on payroll, or people are at home doing whatever. It's like, in the call centre, you try to waste when I worked in the call centre, you try to waste as much time as you can to get off the phones. There's always someone watching you. Not when you're working at home. It must be an absolute nightmare as a boss to have people working from home. Especially if they're skiving off.
Well, you save yourself on the expense of offices, I guess. So maybe that balances it out. And I think like maybe 5 years ago, the concept of working from home would be a definite no-no. But I
let's
think
not forget they sorry to butt in the Guardians. Let's not forget they can use this as ammunition for the media for when they want to really go heavy on the old climate change propaganda, because they can say, oh, you know, when there was lockdowns and everyone was working from home, nobody travelled, or like you know the air was clean, the water was clean, everything. They'll bank that one. You can be sure of it.
I mean, in some ways, working from home is better anyway. I mean, I've always thought, you know, going to an office and stuff, especially, you know, you get these buildings with 6,000 desks.
Yeah, it's a lot of desks, a lot of computers.
Yeah, and you get 15-minute break or whatever. I don't know. It wouldn't suit me, but it suits a lot of other people. A lot of people love that. A lot of people don't like it, but there's a lot of people that would choose that over being self-employed, being self-motivated.
Yeah, I've done it. I've worked in the big corporate call center and that. Yeah, it's an experience, but I'd much rather do my own thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we have gone 10 minutes past the hour, so let's wrap it up there.
Sure.
Yeah. Interesting ideas and concepts tonight in the Guardians.
Yeah, like I said, it's something to ponder or elucidate upon, and it may actually alter the way that you view others. It may change the way you view yourself, or the knowledge, or the value of the knowledge, because if you realize that it's not infinite and that there is limited amounts of it, that it may make you treasure it more or respect it more.
Yeah, next time you see a really dumb caveat in the supermarket, say thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your ignorance. Thank you for allowing us to bathe in more knowledge and nibble on some more toasted rabbit. So,
they may actually respond quite well to that, because, you know, I don't know if anybody's aware of yeah, because for those who have studied Buddhism, you have what's known as the bodhisattvas, which means that they sacrifice going up in karma to descend. So basically, they're Buddhas that descend, and they live a life in ignorance.
Right. Okay.
But they know it. They're conscious of it. So they have to play a role of not being like a Buddhist for the greater good. So, for instance, if you go up to somebody in a supermarket and say, you know, thank you for sacrificing whatever and of being of service, they might actually kind of give you a wink or a nod.
I'll have to try that next time rather than staring at them. Or just looking down my bare face at them like, what the hell are you doing? Go up and say thank you for your service. Okay, so yeah, massive shout out to everyone that tuned in tonight. All the new people that tuned in. Remember, we do broadcast each and every Friday. Next week, we have Mark Devlin live in the studio chatting to us about his new book, Musical Truth.
Is he doing a DJ set as well?
Of course he's doing a DJ set. He's going to be playing soulful, uplifting house, which we haven't had in the studio before, so I'm really looking forward to that. The week after that, we've got JD coming to talk about his off-grid guerrilla campervan lifestyle. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. It's Rise Above, and we'll see you all next week.
Rise above.
Rise above.
Incidents, for instance, when I roll with my bros, it's so instant. Ooh, victims.
guns rolling. Option B, I couldn't be an ex-side man strolling along with a crew whose goals all revolving around not saving or folding. Plus all in good time, then bad actions. One creep round, engulf him and stealing for 2 weeks to beef. That's not ocean. I cut ties like joking. Build bridges, then approach them. If they give way, I vote them. And when I'm strolling too close to them, they give way and ask why it's so easy to get over them. I ride too close to the wind, got a bit close to them, and dangle too close to precipices to be loafering. I'm hiking through the scene up on the edge in boots, so suited to the ground beneath, I could never be moved. I'm coaching them, and now they're standing firmer. Now they know their worth, their mind is opening. That's just my influence over them. See the way I lost the flow, beholded it. See the way I took your tongue and scolded it. From the way you tried to spit my flow, but it's way too fire for your throat. You see the heat in every flow's too hot to go mimic. See the way I took the word and molded it. See the way I do it and they loathing it. Instantly I feel it in my bones, I don't want toast with them. Instantly reminded why I'm ghosting them. When I see the state of most of them, it keeps me focusing. Cause incidents, for instance, when I roll with my bros, it's so instant. Ooh, victims, full victims, when they roll on their own, it's so instant.
Trying to honor codes when we play the game. I never like to hold a grudge because the weight is heavy. I never like the fact that I can feel the hate possess me. Why lose faith in yourself? Follow the nature that dwells close to your heart, and you can find a way to excel. I came for the belt, I'm grading myself. Even if I'm taking an L, I'm learning like I had the plates on and had to slam the brakes on. Based on a sci-fi novel, no one ever read this. Real life as you see it. Don't worry, it appears close. It's just another very distant memory. I'm finding the future alive and the music is vibrant and moving and life is improving. I'm taking steps. I only promise I ain't making threats. Save your breath, man. Them sore losers wanna blame the ref when they make comparisons and your grade is F. Pressure picking up the pace again. I barely break a sweat.
Yeah, I'm trying to remain what the new were here. See the pressures on the change like a souvenir. It's hard to endure, trying to get signed like an in-store. Most seem blind to what they're in for. Never sell yourself short if you know the profit. Hits coming off the green like I overshot it. We know the logic, I want it like my oldest got it. When it comes to real work, you can tell who's on it. Uninspiring, from the side eyeing him. Trying Jim, cyanide blind to be supplying him. Defend the art I put my whole life into. Could tell from the start that loyalty ain't in you. If only they knew the real see-through to the fake standards that they wanna hold them up to. It ain't surprising, don't put the cell out, your capsizing. The fingers on the pulse of the hours keep rising.
Can you make the right choice? Can you make a change? Can you take the weight? Can you make a gain? We tryna honor codes when we play the game. Stay shining light so the truth won't fade away. Can you make the right choice? Can you make a change? Can you take the weight? Can you make a gain? We tryna honor codes when we play the game. Stay shining light so the truth won't fade away.
This the game that's really gonna make your path change. Looking for the exit, I'll be moving to a Stargate. You're looking for some parking, I'll be darting in a fast lane. That's the time I'm living in, this mission is so fast paced. Always on the next thing, it's the vision that will get you in position for the place you wanna live in. If you ain't got vision, then you'll stay in the place you eat, sleep and shit in. So listen, I'll tell it how it is, not how it isn't. Under rain clouds in Britain, it's a strange sound I'm bringing. Yet it resonates within them from the underground system. With the gutter sounding wisdom, so they elevate with instinct. I'm original, no imprint, every millisecond's different. Bring the colour like on pigment, paint the soundscape in an instant. With the 4 hours imprint, my instinct is addictive. Our decisions make a difference, it's on you to show persistence. Your choice, your existence.
The game's a bitch, but I married it. Give a fuck if you can hold it down, man. I wanna see you carry it. Twinkle eyes, see them hypnotized by glamour shit. A thin line between rap and acting like a sket. Can they manage it? It weighs heavy, so I slay about 5 a day and stay ready. Bodies goon slip and slide away. They're pissed weak, so his shit's creek. Singing to them, guardian of the arts, and my heart says I should bring it to them. Everyone gets into this for different reasons. Some wanna get the B's and get to leaving, or front like fake G's and chuck the cheese in. I don't know what's funnier or worse, them or the fact that people actually believe them. I do this because I love this, don't put nothing above this. There's names for dames, that's all about the change. So what's up, bitch, gold digger? I'm just speaking from the soul and punching through to make the hole bigger. Chuck you couple go figures.
Can you make the right choice? Can you make a change? Can you take the weight? Can you make a gain? We tryna honor codes when we play the game. Stay shining light so the truth won't fade away. Can you make the right choice? Can you make a change? Can you take the weight? Can you make a gain? We tryna honor codes when we play the game. Stay shining light so the truth won't fade away.
Got enough trouble in my blood clot life. I try to find solutions, though nothing will suffice. Cause wages going down, the shops are upping up the price. I still roll the dice. Cause life is a gamble from your gambling your life. Cause things were bad enough until someone got the man them on the spice. I'm living in times of reprise and I ain't got time for your lies. I keep my mind higher in the skies. I had some guys who were my friends but they were vipers in disguise. I had some girls who were my type and had them leave me in the night. I couldn't keep them if I tried. But love is always gonna find me even if I hide. I got freedom in my sights. My need for survival is primal. So enough of these idiots won't survive. So you can stay woke, still have your closed eyes. Won't see the signs, see the orbs when they float by. Don't jump the gun, don't jump the gun, don't jump the gun. On your marks, get set, get ready to run. Don't jump the gun, don't jump the gun, don't jump the gun. On your marks, get set, get ready to run. The drugs that they're smoking turn these man them into zombies. Then they wanna try and approach me. Cause I've been telling man for years that I'm higher than the Pope. They wanna mock me, they must think the fire is a joke. 2020 got very peak, it couldn't stop me. While you're watching me, I thought you blocked me. For a glimpse of this prophecy you cannot see. No loss of sleep, I got problems mounting upon me. My odyssey you would not believe. You can't even explain it with words. You need a handful of coffee beans. I turned over some big men, I heard the team is on to me. I wanna fight the world, but I'm learning to dream responsibly. I block my ears cause the demons are speaking constantly. I tried to flee, but I couldn't keep the velocity. They tried blocking me, but now they see that I'm a next level MC. And these trappers should stick to shot in B. Don't jump the gun, don't jump the gun, don't jump the gun. On your marks, get set, get ready to run. Don't jump the gun, don't jump the gun, don't jump the gun. We are the giants, we are the giants, we are the giants, that's not compliance.
Yo, if you think that you're high risk, get healthy, don't buy shit. Don't be scared of a cough and a little bit of spit, cause it's not legit. I don't really care about the testing kit. I don't know why they're still getting tested for it. Living in fear in the houses with disinfectant, wiping down all the surfaces. Practicing social distancing, cause they can't see where the real Mercus is. Thinking that on their way they're gonna stay alive and they're washing their hands every 15 minutes. So deep in it, they ain't never gonna see where the sin is. Psychologically subdued, watching the news, they don't wanna die hard, Bruce Willis. Yo, mass non-compliance, the lockdowns ain't backed by science. We come to bring that truth, show them proof that we are the giants. Mass non-compliance, the lockdowns ain't backed by science. We come to bring that truth, show them proof that we are the giants. They want me tracing tracks, can't eat out without an iPhone app. Follow the rules or you'll all get sacked. Just like sheep with the wolves in a pack. Bullying but they're still calling for tax. Man, I can't wait for the walls to collapse. I ain't gonna sit back and wait for the vaccine. I still can't drink water from the tap. Them man, they want arms. They must think that we're born in bars. Try to finesse, but they ain't got a chance. Push bare fear cause they wanna advance. Say they wanna keep us alive, but didn't mention the electric plants. Never can't go to the club and dance. A little while back, man, the media were blaming Qurans. Mass non-compliance, the lockdowns ain't backed by science. We come to bring that truth, show them proof that we are the giants. Mass non-compliance, the lockdowns ain't backed by science. We come to bring that truth, show them proof that we are the giants. We are the giants.
Yeah, brand new caterpillar skin shake, cloud brain. Mouth tastes badder than the Sinn Féin campaign. Big steak champagne, piss take handshake. Fist bump shandy with a shit stuffed pancake. Plans breaking a sec, I stand shaking my head. You let the skag take an effect. I met your dad last week and he was paying respect. We were breaking bread together, sniffing yay in the shed. I said, what was it? I shot the morning after pill at tube stop. That's how I've got this sort of master skill on tunes locked. I'm walking past you with my shoes off, with 2 soft cushions, 2 ostriches and 2 cocks. I'm not a human, I'm a courgette. A pair of forceps used to pull me loose from my born head. Course, yes, I'm the best, this is rap. I ain't got the time to try pretend that I'm a businessman. Slit your wrist quick and get your missus in the van. Shit your pants and make a little classic in a minute, man. Baby back ribs in my shady flat piss. I make a grand sitting in my bacon fat jizz. Naked fat pricks sticking records in the crate. I make it so sick I put the cellar in the tape. Made thicker, grab a spade quick, a grave digger. I find a break in a mistake you made bigger. Spray shit in your face and make dinner. It's the grave shift still in the place but way bigger.
You know it's about to go down when we step up in the place. Always activated, locked and loaded, both guns smoking. We mean business. Or now, what did you think this is?
For the people trying to hate us, come to the gig and tape us. Before you knew it, took your brain over and you became us. Fuck being famous, I ain't dealing with the cameras. I'd rather do dead shows and rhyme for rap amateurs. The scene said we ain't having it, we waited patiently. Saw that it was dying out and took the screen graciously. Force gather greatly like giant steps, so take me trying to grow a beanstalk to chill where I'm at lately.
No.
I leave you tripping like a side cover, trying to excite others, forever up like night shutters. Time I have you slipping like the floor's wet, pulling up in the Corvette with a cracked out cause, yeah. Anyone would think you scared of bangers like a war vet. I keep this shit knocking like my drug dealer's doorstep. The soul's licking thin like a worn crepe, take you out with a style that's barely even born yet.
You know it's about to go down when we step up in the place. Always fully activated, locked and loaded, both guns smoking. We mean business. Oh, now, what did you think?
Overbeats in session.
No. Look what you make me do. I'm sickening. Look what you make me do. Style on you. Look what you make me do. I mean it. Set fire to the room. Don't like it. It's what you make me do. You make me do what you make me do. What you make me do. What you make me
visit my kingdom? Come then.
The hiatus was only momentary, Cobra deadly. Come, we get the show on the road already. You're ultra heavy, but your flows don't affect you. No one knows of any enemy that could go against me above the averages. Burning pungent cannabis, wrapping rappers in mummy bandages beyond what your understanding is. I come with knuckle sandwiches, plunge like a drunk funambulist. None can handle this. The less civil tensions, all the threat triples, connect riddles, make your head swivel. I'm ending your games like a ref's whistle. Think you're living large now, you're the opposite. You're dead little. I ain't never thought that's a heavy job. I'll take that. Fuck being a clockwork metal cog to make cash. You ever stop to take naps? I'll put you on a stretcher then, cause I felt you wasn't laid back. The rhymes, the hype, the grind. I'm from a place you can't find, far away in my mind. The rhymes, the hype, the grind. Where I reside's to find the divine shrine. The life, the times, the deprived, the blind. Many different times inside the game confined. The rhymes, the hype, the grind. Your finest line I multiplied by 9 times. These guys are yelling out about how they're well endowed. A mouth full of foolish bullshit. I dead them now. Allow your multi-syllable heavy styles. Your words don't mean shit like Jennifer Lopez's wedding vows. And all the true fans have turned haters. Now rap's nothing but an earth made of surfers and nerd skaters. And if you ain't their preferred flavor, they'll leave you out like Americans do to the word favor. Straight, they've dishonored the hip-hoppers. The fake, not spit boxers, the imposters who take. Trying to live off of the gifts offered till I flip on you and rinse longer than dishwashers. The decibels affected my mental health the most. Powerful forces I've ever felt. Not many know Tenchi well, but that's the way of the deadly stealth as I retreat back to the nether realm. The rhymes, the hype, the grind. I'm from a place you can't find, far away in my mind. The rhymes, the hype, the grind. Where I reside's to find the divine shrine. The life, the times, the deprived, the blind. Many different times inside the game confined. The rhymes, the hype, the grind. Your finest line I multiplied by 9 times. Yo, my pseudonym is Tenchu. My mind state ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. Mortal combat rules rooted in the venue. And you're up next for getting executed with a death rule. You fried like lemon chicken. I'm vibe. I'm blessed with rhythm. My mind will never give a fight. The pessimism, the spite, the prejudice, the pride, the terrorism and strife. The better live and provide. Poetic wisdom with sight. Premonitions, the right. Definition of sight. Definition of sight.
not called wormhole mod. Don't know what it is. It's Summer Beats, that's what it is. Hope everyone enjoyed the show. Don't forget, next week Mark Devlin, the week after that JD. Yes, Thomas Young, we were troll free tonight. What happened to Magics again? What happened to Magic? William Donahue is busting a helicopter live in the sitting room. Thank you very much, Modern Archive. Glad you enjoyed the show. Big up Kobe at Yoda. Sam Carno, thank you for all your efforts. I think you deserve a new t-shirt. Email me. Congratulations to Becky S for winning the t-shirt competition. We will be doing that every week now. Burnt out, Sam. I've got to save myself. Who is the architect? Tech. Many ask the question, yo, but few have got the answers yet. Forget what your pastor said. The truth is so incredible, it might just bust your head. Who is the architect of all creation? The all-seeing eye can't see the change in this vibration. Breaking through the surface, doing it purposely. Consciousness triumphs in the face of adversity. Strong ties are severed, weak links are severed. We strive towards the goal that we've endeavored. Believe, revealing hidden knowledge from ancient clay tablets. Clues to the creators of this world that we inhabit. Who is the architect? Tech. Many ask the question, but few have got the answers yet. Forget what your pastor said. The truth is so incredible, it might just bust your head. The truth is so incredible. The truth is so incredible. The truth is so incredible, it might just bust your head. It's unpredictable. It be the way we spit these lyrical messages throughout your avenues and terraces. If you ain't down with me, I'll be your nemesis. I shake your brain inside, just go until you need a therapist. It's time to meet the specialist. Oma beats and double L with deadly into the premises. We never miss. I spit verbal flame, then I blaze up some herbal and I shoot you all again, yo. Oma. Yes, word nerd is okay. We've heard from him. Word nerd is okay. Yeah, Sam Carno, take your pick of t-shirts, mate. We thank you for your hard work. Being admin of Rise Above. All the family, everyone is chipping in. Big shout to Commander Sagehead and JB working on the website. Welcome to the family, Second Mouse. We will see you every Friday going forward, comrades. Savage. Over beats.
It's full of crime, full of all this crack drugs. All of that. All of that, just like every other ghetto.
Yes, Chronic, you remember Coco Shabin. Original weekly sessions.
It's full of crime, full of all this crack drugs. All of that.
Shout out to Diligent Citizen. Shout out to Spirit Level, thank you very much. Come on over, we gotta wrap it up. Tonight has been Rise Above Pirate Radio Sessions, part 3, part 4. I think we've done 3 or 4 of these so far. That's right, Kerry. 3 for a tenner, the coach from the way in from the Opera House, you know it. Those were the days. Yeah, Nick Longsworth. Next time that Dom on a bike comes to Bournemouth, I'm going to be out on my skates. We'll take Rise Above to the show as well. Big up Jim over in Canada. Shout out to Moving Mountains Outreach. Thank you very much, Diligent Citizen. Glad you enjoyed it. Can't wait for Mark Devlin next week. That's going to be special. He hasn't seen the new studio yet. He hasn't been here and played here yet. Not since we've had all the upgrades.
Systems thumping this places of lies. Systems thumping this
Yes, Oma Beats. Shout out Idiot Sandwich. Wicked selection Oma Beats each and every time. Rise above pirate radio session. Right, we are gaining viewers. Massive shouts to everyone that shares the streams. Facebook, Twitter, Insta. Everyone that's doing the clips and sharing it on Insta. Thank you very much. Remember, Rise Above is open source. If you want a screenshot, if you want to clip any of this, repost it, be my guest. It helps us out.
Just on that circle line riding. Ministers are useless, drug dealers are more enterprising. Hiding from the past, just biding our time until the future state. That's providing more than we need for just surviving. Less turbulence and more easy gliding. Promise of tomorrow keeps us striving. Empty or not, there's no way of recognizing. Might see you when you get there, but not before. Can't be sure we'll hope for right, but hope lives evermore. Perspectives reorganizing, new influences rising. Consensus for the status quo, demoralizing. Babylon appears compromising. Unsurprisingly, it's not reading anyway. Feeling it today, just like any other day. We stay on the path that we're on, we don't stray. Just on that circle line riding. Who does the deciding? I step against the glass, can't hear the worlds colliding. Warning sounds, but the door's already sliding. Get yourself up, we're hiring. 0 hours for all, no retiring. Distance firing, keep aspiring. 6 a.m. the underground, the temperature is rising.
About the beats, all about this mix. Oma, listen up, listen in, what's going on, what's happening, cause Oma beats is mixing in. Sound system is battering, window panes are shattering. Latest DJ Chronic. Over beats is next level. Raise the bass, raise the treble. Listen. Over beats is next level. Big up Gritty Kitty. Big up Bruce Townsley. I'm getting tired now, it's late, I'm trying to end the show. We were supposed to finish at midnight. This is the last one. This is the last one. Massive shout to Oma Beats for the mix tonight. Private radio sessions. See you guys next week, 9 PM. Mark Devlin.